I've seen Appa, helping out so many people around him when it came to their careers and when they wanted to make money and this and that. For me, I knew the day that I could coin the term successful about myself is a day I don't, want him involved in anything that I do.
We are doing this in English, which is going to be a pan-India thing. That's also another reason why we are talking in English. This is to all our dear watchers from Karnataka. Of course, Sudeep sir is relevant, and of course, Saanvi also wants to do a lot of work because a lot of your work stands in English as well, right?
Yeah.
So,
I actually was a lot more comfortable doing Indian songs. I still am. Like while singing also, I love my South music, Bollywood music, anything.
So now here you have Appa's empire and legacy. What's your relationship with Appa like? Like to the world, it's superstar Sudeep sir, but for you, like, what are your deary moments? Like, now I want to like paint the picture in front of everybody now, including myself. What happens between the two?
I think earlier when I was a kid, he used to have a lot of fun because he used to make up stories and tell me in the night. Like he's a very creative person, right? So he likes to. I've always been more into like a serious relationship. I don't like this, situationship and let's see other people, open relationship and all. I can't do all that. I need my one person, and I'm going to stick to that person for the rest of my life if I love them.
Born into a superstar family is usually destiny. But of course, being known for your own name is a choice, alva. Hagidre today, keeping all the labels aside, Sanvi Sudeep Alde, we are so curious to see who is Saanvi. For somebody who is in her 20s, early 20s, life in a ಹೇಗೆ ನೋಡ್ತಾರೆ, especially coming from a family which is probably filled with a star, probably at times ಆ ಶ್ಯಾಡೋನಲ್ಲೇ ಆ ಐಡೆಂಟಿಟಿನ ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ನೋಡ್ತಾ ಇರ್ತಾರಲ್ಲ, ಬಟ್ ಅದನ್ನು ಆಚೆಗೆ ತೆಗೆದ್ರೆ ವಾಟ್ಸ್ ದೇರ್ ಇಂಡಿವಿಜುವಲ್ ಐಡೆಂಟಿಟಿ ಲೈಕ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಡೆಫಿನೇಷನ್ ಆಫ್ ಲೈಫು ಸಕ್ಸಸ್ಸು ಫೇಲ್ಯೂರು ವಾಟ್ ಇಸ್ ದಟ್ ದೇ ವಾಂಟ್ ಕಮಿಂಗ್ ಫ್ರಮ್ ಪ್ರಿವಿಲೇಜ್ ದಟ್ ವಿ ಸಿ ಇಸ್ ಕಾಲ್ಡ್ ಪ್ರಿವಿಲೇಜ್, ಬಟ್ ವಾಟ್ ಈಸ್ ದೇರ್ ಪರ್ಸ್ಪೆಕ್ಟಿವ್ ರಿಫ್ಲೆಕ್ಷನ್ ಇದೆಲ್ಲ ಇವತ್ತಿನ ಎಪಿಸೋಡಲ್ಲಿ. ಸೊ ಫೈನಲಿ ವೆರಿ ಹ್ಯಾಪಿ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಅಟ್ ದ ಸೇಮ್ ಟೈಮ್ ಈಗರ್ ಟು ಸಿ Saanvi at 21, because I think Saanvi, I've seen you as a teenager.
Yeah.
I think
I was in middle school, I think.
Yes, first time I saw you, I think it was in 2015-16 sorts ansate.
Yeah.
My first impression of Saanvi is you had a dog, Sasha.
Yeah.
Then you playing with the doll. Adadmele next time I meet you, of course, it was Big Boss idralli. I remember one bold girl coming and saying, I voted for you. Remember that?
Yeah.
So for me, it was all like, oh, that's Saanvi to this Saanvi. Suddenly the gears have been shifted because in between, of course, I've not been in touch. But here we are meeting in 2025.
Yes.
So what's up, girl? How are you? How is
I'm
life?
Great. Life is going good right now. Obviously, early 20s is when you're trying to figure out what you want to do, where your life is going. So just apart from all that, I'm having a great time.
Amazing. So firstly, Saanvi, I know it could be a very deep question. I hope somebody would have asked me when I was 21, what do you want from life? Any reflections there? Have you ever asked this question to your own self?
I have. And it's going to sound very cliche. I'm sure a lot of people must have thought this in their life. But I just want to obviously have a very comfortable life. Not like I have any thing in my mind like, I want to be super rich or super famous. I just want to have a very comfortable life, have a very loving family. And yeah, I think that's about it. I just want to have that nice comfortable space.
What is comfort for you?
Honestly, I just love sitting at home, watching things on a nice rainy day with a nice bowl of Maggie. That's a lot of comfort for me. But
Yeah?
apart from that, obviously there's going to be a phase where you have to work really hard for that comfort. But for me, it's just I don't want to think too much before doing what I want. So I just want to get to a point in life where I don't want to think twice before, okay, I want to travel to a certain country. Do I have to think like, oh, do I have to save up for this? What am I supposed to do? Who do I go with? I just don't want to think too much. I just want to live life as it goes, and I want to do whatever comes to mind.
There is Saanvi Sudeep. I'm sure the world has always taken a larger bite of Sanvi Sudeep. They're always curious about how is your relationship with Appa, what
Yeah,
does it mean,
yeah.
born into a family like that, privilege and all of that. Um, ನನ್ನ curiosity was always like, when did you first realize that, your dad was a superstar?
That's actually a very funny story. I used to think whatever's happening on TV is happening at that moment. I didn't know that there was like pre-recorded things. And I was very small. I remember Appa's some movie was playing on TV, and I was sitting on his lap while watching it. And
Okay.
at first I was like, why? How is he on TV? Like, what is going on? I
Error
don't
kade
understand this
hegidare.
concept. And I was convinced that there's like another version of him. I was like, are you hiding like a twin or something? This is not possible. So he sat me down. He's like, remember I tell you, Appa goes in front of cameras and this and that. And both my parents sat me down and explained. I still didn't understand until I started going for shoot. And suddenly people are running up to me and my mom with, water bottles. Madam, can I get you something? Coffee beka, tea beka. And I'm like, oh, whoa. How come like they're not asking anybody else? Why are we like in this whole thing? Slowly after I started getting a little more involved in like watching TV shows and movies and all, and I saw how the theater response used to be for Appa's like entry scene, how they used to scream and throw confetti, and I was like, oh my god, this guy is actually a big deal. I was not aware. Yeah, but it was a very late realization for me
How old were
actually.
you when this happened?
um I think somewhere in maybe fourth, fifth grade. Until then, I thought it was like a normal thing. Like, oh, he just earns money and comes home. Okay, yeah, we have these big cars. It was just because I've grown up in that. It didn't seem like it was out of the ordinary. And I was not surrounded by many people who, thought differently than me.
Mm-hmm.
Because we're a big family. I had my cousins with me, and we're all so close knit that I didn't really see much of a world beyond this. So I thought it was a very normal thing
So,
until after that. And then I went to school and I, interact with more people. That's when I realized I was like, okay, this is not the situation for a lot of people. This guy's like a big deal. People know him. It's kind of incredible.
wow. So you're 2004 born, Allah.
Yes, I'm 21.
How old am I, Sanvi? Because 2004 is when I passed out of college.
Are you serious?
Yeah, dude.
You don't look your age, touch wood.
Thank you. But imagine the kind of episodes through life that I've seen
Mm.
now, and but now, see, being a 2004 pass out, that is when Hucha and all these movies were like a big rage, okay?
Yeah,
Sudeep sir was a big deal,
yeah.
okay? This is for us.
Mm.
But parallelly, what was happening in the first circle for you? Like, how was your first 10 years of life? Do you recall?
I do recall, and I think it was one of the most difficult times for me, at least,
Why?
because obviously when you're, I mean, I think in my like middle school age, there's a lot more that would have happened, but I was still at an age where I was a little more mature than I was in
Yeah?
like till you're 10, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that is an age where I'm still trying to understand, say, family dynamics or how to socially interact with certain people, because I was quite a pampered child, so I didn't see much of
Pampering meant what?
pampering. Meant like I don't think anyone in my family wanted to put me through a difficult time. So if I needed help in anything, or I'm having a bad time with someone, they would instantly make sure that I just was surrounded by anything that made me happy, and I did not feel upset about anything. That's how it was, and it was nice. Obviously, it was a good environment for me, but I think after I joined school, I joined a very simple school.
What school
So,
was that?
Primus Public School. It was a school in Sarjapur Road, and I joined when I was in KG. And so sometimes if I was trying to talk to someone in class and suddenly they'd like snub me off, I was very confused, because I'm like, how
Mm.
come? Like, why don't you want to talk to me? What have I done? And like I'd get very confused, but like none of them would have an explanation, because they're also like kids, right? So they're like, oh yeah, no, like they'll have their own cliques and small groups in class. I was pretty much left alone. I didn't have many friends,
Because?
because they were all aware of my family. Their parents would
Ah.
have said something to them, and the first thing I think at that point most parents would tell their kids, like, they have a lot of attitude. They come from this family, you
He's a
know.
superstar's kid.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So
Okay.
a lot of people were told, and I was fully aware much later that certain parents have told certain people in my class not to interact too much with me. And I think
Oh.
at around in fourth grade was when I became prefect in school. So on top of all of this, I had to be like a little more disciplined. I had to make them do march past and this and that, which just honestly just made them hate me even more. Because if I came to school, say in a big car, the first thing I'd be like, oh, look at her, she's trying to show off. So it was just like that. And if I spoke about my dad as like a regular dad, I was not talking in the sense like, oh yeah, the superstar, the very famous guy. I would not say that. So even if I'm talking to someone saying, like, just in general, like, oh, maybe I had an argument with him, or maybe like, oh, he's upset at me, any small thing, the first thing in their mind is like, oh my god, she's always talking about her dad. Oh my god, she's trying to show off.
Mm.
I'm like, if you come to me with your problems, I'm still going to listen to you. I'm not trying to tell you like, oh my god, your mom's a doctor. Like, I'm not going to say that. He's also a father beyond his career, which is something people in school never understood. So obviously I was very lonely in school, and I had a big age gap with my cousins. Like, the minimum age gap we have is 9 years. So when I'm that small, they're still entering their like teenage phase where they
Oh.
all are like a group. All four of them are around the same age. So I didn't know how well to interact with them. I would sit with my grandparents, but there's only so much I can do with them also, with considering their age.
And the
And
likings and all of that, right?
yeah,
Obviously.
and my dad was obviously very busy. That was like his career was starting to take a peak, and he got a lot of movie offers, and he was shooting all the time. So I think somewhere I was forced to find comfort in my own company at that age.
Wow.
So yeah, which is why I
Isn't that
think
the best?
now I'm so thankful I was put through all this, because I don't like to be dependent on someone, for my happiness. That's also putting a lot of pressure on somebody else. So thankfully I didn't have that one friend or that one person I was constantly attached to. I think apart from my mom, obviously, but she's my mom. Apart from that, nobody else. So I was very happy. But at that age, it was a very difficult thing for me
Must have
because
been
I
too
saw a
much to
lot of
bite.
groups. Yeah, so I would not really get invited to too many like birthday parties or this and that. I had my like family friends, but then also I just did not know what to say because I don't have a lot of experience in social interaction with people my age. So what do I talk about? If I want to play with something, I'm so used to playing it by myself. I don't know how I felt about sharing. I hated the fact that, oh my God, do I have to give my things to this person? And like sometimes if they were all, because they would meet separately also without me. I was mostly at home. So they had their own inside jokes, or they had games that they would make up
Mm.
together as kids, and I did not know what to do about it. And if they all knew swimming, I did not know swimming for a long time because I don't know, I don't think I had the opportunity of getting to a pool too often. So it was just, there were a lot of things that just made me feel very left out, but I never understood why. And Appa is also, they did not want to let me get in front of cameras or like too many people very early on. And I think somewhere that also kind of refrained me from like, having a lot of experiences here, like in the city, going
Mm.
to certain places, meeting certain people. So I was a very closed off kid.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So, how did you fight through these situations? Of course, one is being sidecasted,
Mm.
outcasted. I don't know for
Mm.
whatever reasons because of the privilege that you had, which probably you didn't choose it.
No.
It was given to you,
Yeah.
right? I mean, who chooses like the birthplace?
Mm.
I know it's all very deep again, karma and all of that playing in, but that's again a theory, right?
Yeah.
But at that age and what you were going through, how did you? What was your coping mechanism like?
I think honestly for me it was music, singing. That's something I enjoy a lot. So I used to just sometimes play music in the house and sing along to it. And
So you started playing first?
I didn't play. I used to sing. I started playing instruments much later, But at that point, they used to have those sing-alongs for Disney movies. So I used to play it on TV. I used to sing along to it, and I actually spent a lot of time with my mom and her friends. So that's something I was really grateful for because she is my best friend, and I'm so glad that she spent her time also like trying to make me understand that she's not going to be around all the time. So I had to have my own like solo time in the room, my me time. I had to get used to it because she was also working. So but the little time that we had spent together when she's not working, I think she really made up for anything that I missed out on life. So somewhere I'm so grateful for that, but I'm also glad that she gave me that alone time, even though it was difficult for both of us. But I really learned like a lot of things about myself that I had an interest in music or in art.
You paint, right?
Yeah, I do.
Wow.
Yeah.
So, of course, talking about Amma Priya, um, she was a very confident woman,
Yeah.
very well read, very logical is what my
Mm.
personal interactions has given me, and extremely strong.
Yeah.
She's been through a lot, but she knows
Mm.
how to navigate through. So, what does it do to you as an individual, as a daughter yourself, when you have such a strong woman around you? And
I'm
again, with a very complicated dynamics,
Yeah.
that again adding into a star family,
Yeah.
and of course, wants of life
Mm.
and handling life through life.
Mm. Actually, after I think when she started sharing small things about maybe her life experiences and everything, my first thought was that, oh yeah, she's strong, but I have to protect her. Like I didn't want anything more to happen. Obviously as a daughter also I've made my fair share of mistakes, and but I hate upsetting her. I can't stand it if like I go for more than like 1-2 hours without talking to her,
Aw.
like in the same house. So I
Mm-hmm.
have to make it up to her like instantly. And I'm very overprotective about her. I don't like anybody talking to her disrespectfully, or even if it's the smallest argument, I'm like, Are you call me, I'll come talk for you. I'll do it for you. Because I know it makes you stronger going through all these things in life, but somewhere everyone has that feeling like, why can't I also have that one person who can like help me out? Why do I have to do everything by myself? You
Mm-hmm.
might get used to the idea and you might reject people's offers later, but it doesn't mean that somewhere in you that you don't want that. And she still till date also sometimes she assures me like, it's okay, I got this. But I can't sit quietly as a daughter and be like, no, I'll be there, I'll help you out.
Ah.
Like I got to.
So the relationship between the mother and the daughter is you both are mothering each other.
Yeah.
I mean, that's such a lovely way to protect,
Mm.
to love each other, to come back to each other. Wow.
Yeah, I'm a big mama's girl.
So, what do you think of these stereotypes, Saanvi? Like, conditioning usually teaches us how to fit in,
Mm.
but courage is what teaches us how to stand out.
Mm.
I'm sure through your journey of life, at times the courage has come out accidentally, or probably at times life might have
Mm.
demanded out of you.
Mm.
And how do you look at conditioning at your place with the background that you come from, still
Mm.
trying to find the light of your own and navigating through life?
Um, Actually, I think it's just been I've always been myself wherever I go. I
Has it been
don't.
easy?
Yeah, I've never because I've after this like in our generation, social media was introduced to us very early on. So I've already seen the negative stuff, but much before that, I saw it in school. So I was already pretty like okay with whatever's happening. I'm like, you talk, you do what you want. You want to spread rumors, you want to talk behind my back. Initially, I used to think why, but I never had a problem and I never believed it. So even when all this trolling and stuff started, like suppose if it came about my accent while talking in Kannada, or if it's that I talk too much in English, I never really bothered too much because I'm like, okay, but I'm being me. Now, if I
How did you
put
do
up,
that?
because I realized that if I put up a front to you now, I have to keep doing it for the rest of my life.
You say one lie to again
You have to
patch that up.
cover that up with another 100. It's not fair. And also, I hated when I first heard this saying, says never meet your heroes. It's because of this. They put up if you put up a front on camera or on screen, and on screen at least it's understandable, you're playing a character, but if this is how you're going to portray yourself, you got to be like this when someone comes and meets you outside. I would hate for someone to be disappointed after meeting me in real life and going back home and thinking, uh, she's not all that. Like, I love it. Like, okay, if someone comes and talks to me, I'm not going to just, okay, suppose you ask for a picture, I'm not going to give you a picture and just walk away. If you want to talk to me, you want to say something, I will talk to you. That's how I am. If I don't like something, there's a way of saying it. I will say it. Which is why if I get called on interviews or podcasts or whatever, I will still joke the way I want to joke. I'll still wear what I want to wear. I'm not going to give anyone a false idea of who I am.
Wow.
Yeah.
So who gave you this early reflection as to, it's better that you mold it now so that you don't have to keep putting a artificial front all
It
your
was
life?
me. I don't think anyone was there to like. I was always told, like, be careful what you say outside, or you can't dress certain way when you go outside. And I've always been a tomboy also growing up. So if some people are like, try wearing like a sari or a dress or something, I say, Arey, why should I compromise my comfort for somebody else's happiness? I'm going to be uncomfortable throughout.
Oh.
Not one person's going to ask me also, like, is this what you want to do? So I'm just going to do it. And anyways, I just felt like I had nothing to lose. That's all. Because I didn't, like, at least in my social environment, I didn't grow up with too much. So I was like, you know what? I don't care. I'm going back home and I'm going to be by myself, or I'm going to be with people who have already seen me like this on a daily basis since I was born. I have nobody to please. If you don't like me, you don't. I'm not sitting here trying to force you that, I'll do exactly what you want me to do. I'm not going to, that's not my character at all.
And also, I think very early in life, you found your company to be the best
Yeah.
so that you don't have to make certain changes to please somebody so that you fit in, right?
Yeah.
Wow. At 21, you're this dude, girl. Ha. So, like, till now, of course, Amma has played a role. Appa has, and whole family will keep adding in their own nuggets
Yeah.
of wisdom,
Yeah.
experiences, so that you sail through life comfortably. Like, who's your go-to mentor in the family? Because of course, teenage, especially 13 to 19, right? The hormones are rushing. Probably the mind. I don't know who's controlling who. How was your teenage like?
My teenage, I think, yeah, it gets difficult because I think that's the age where, suddenly you're getting introduced to having crushes and all in school and
You
how you're
need to get
supposed
your
to deal
logical
with it.
reasoning.
Yeah. And, but I think because of how I was until I was 10, I kind of already had a grasp on who I wanted to be and who I am. So I was like, I got through school pretty easy because at that point I was like, okay, I'm okay sitting alone and having lunch and this and that. I used to just go to finish my classes, whatever, if I had extracurricular, that and all was there. But I would anyways go home and had my same routine. Whether I sat with friends or not, my life was still the same. Like, I don't think anyone really added too much value. So whoever I was in like my teenage years, I'm still the same person. Nothing has changed because I got comfortable with myself very easily. But I think the only thing I had to sort of wrap my head around was being a little more exposed to the public. That is not something I was very comfortable with because I have a big fear of crowds also, which came from a very bad incident that happened when I was a kid.
Are you
There was like
comfortable sharing?
yeah. There was like a mob that was there in the mall. They were like running behind Appa. And it was the first time he had taken me to a mall alone. And by mistake, he let go of my hand. I was very small also at that point, and people stepped over me and everything.
Oh, damn.
And yeah, nobody was aware that there was a kid there.
It was just you and Appa?
It was just me and him. And obviously, security was there, but they were walking ahead trying to make way for him. And just because of that, I hated the fact that now, because I'm older, I had to be seen at certain events. And, but because it was Appa, I wanted to go. It's not that he forced me. He's never said, no, you have to come, you have to do all this. He's very okay with me supporting him from home. But I wanted to see it. As a daughter, I was very proud. But I think when people start hounding you and, putting cameras into your face and mics into your face when you're like trying to walk past someone, it was very overwhelming. Because again, I have grown up with very minimal people in my house. I hate having too many people. I don't know, it gives some sort of anxiety for me. And I used to easily cry because of that. Nothing else actually scared me too much. It was just this one issue, but it was inevitable. People used to come every year for Appa's birthday, and sometimes they'll ask, and Appa will be like, "Yeah, bring them and come, make me and Amma to come outside and say hi to people." Unless there was some big enough space for me to stand, I would never go. I was really scared.
Because of the trauma that
Yeah, yeah,
that
yeah.
had happened. Okay.
Now it's a little better at least, because if someone pushes me, I'm going to push you back. Please, like, you have to be have some little spatial awareness that you can't be behaving like this outside. I get it that you're very excited, but at least spare me. Let me go. But I think apart from all this, also the expectation that was set for me as Sudeep's daughter there, because some people would be like, okay, she has to, are you getting to the movies? Are you going to do singing? Are you going to do this? Are you going to look a certain way? Suddenly I was thinking, I was like, why is it important now? Because as a kid, no one would have come and told you, right, to lose weight. But suddenly my weight was such an important thing. I was like, how is it affecting you? If I want to be plump, I will be plump. If I want to lose weight, I'll lose. If you're telling me out of a health concern that, just avoid it, go to gym or whatever, I do my workouts. Sometimes I don't, sometimes I do. But it's not like I'm just going to give up on my health. I think I get it, it's okay. But when it suddenly comes about looks, I don't know why, when like in your teenage years you suddenly hit puberty and suddenly it's so important how you look. I get it that there was a norm, but certain norms are being broken down in the industry.
Norms as in?
Norms as in how you're supposed to look on screen as a female.
Right.
I don't see one person going up to a male actor and trolling him all that much. If he's a good actor, you can get away with it. Somehow, if there's a girl and she, at that point at least, she was like a little overweight, I think that's one of the main things people used to talk about. Why? Like, why can't you appreciate if there's something wrong with her skill on screen, or in maybe her dancing or singing, whatever it is, you talk about that. Why do you have to go to someone based on their looks? And I was not someone who paid too much attention, and that at that point makeup was also alien to me. So I had a face full of acne. I used to walk around school and I did not like shopping. So I used to wear my old clothes only, nice faded stuff, and I was comfortable. I didn't look bad. I didn't look like, I hadn't taken a shower. I was fine. But beyond that, I don't understand why suddenly to outsiders who are not part of my family, who I have no relationship with, suddenly they're very concerned. It's
Right.
like, all this while you want, why now?
Right.
And I did lash out a bit. I used to see all these comments and stuff, but my main thing was there was so much language also being thrown around, and there are children who follow me. I don't want that to be exposed to anyone. So I used to put it out there, like, it's none of your business. If you don't want to follow me, if you don't want to see my content, you're more than free to, like, please
Unfollow.
unfollow. Please go do your own thing. Follow anybody else that you want. You don't have to follow me. But I don't know, it became so important for them to pinpoint it until now. Now it's died down because they've all kind of realized that I don't really care. I'm still going to wear what I want to wear. I'll speak however I want to speak in whatever language I want to speak. So now it's died down. But teenage years, it was at its peak, because that was when I first started exposing myself also out there, on Instagram and all. But
So
now
the
it's
initial years, like what was Appa's reaction to all of this?
mm,
Because obviously back home, I think the first two important guides are the mother and the
yeah.
father, right? So I think one thing about Sudeep sir is the whole world knows it. He has a knack to handle BS.
Yeah.
Like you wouldn't even know, he's handled it so well. Some might react, but probably he plays chess with this. I think I've always seen that. Like he thinks 10 steps ahead.
Yeah.
And I also had a personal experience even in Big Boss and one of those weekend activities. For one of the reactions that I had given, he had thrown a statement, there are hundred ways to respond to a situation. There's not just one. But then we are so blinded by our ego, or probably, we want to vent it out.
Yeah.
I don't know, like, so this is my interaction. Just once in a blue moon, this is my reaction to him. But he being around you all the time, what impact, does it have for you to understand these things, to understand your mind, to understand the society?
I don't think the apple falls very far from the tree in this case. I think I just got it from him. Like, he's always been the type who will do what he's comfortable doing. And seeing that at home also, it's not like he's gone out of it to tell me. We don't really, I never went and sat down with him saying like, okay, is bothering me, or I don't know what to do.
No
It
interactions ever?
was, no, unless it's like, if I'm having a really bad situation where I feel like crying about something, then yeah, sometimes I might have gone and told him. But I don't know, I think the first person I talked to is my mom. But I would obviously mention it to her, but it never came to a point for me where it was bothering me all that much, because I saw how he was behaving at home. I used to observe him, and I'm like, yeah, so what? I'll also do the same thing. Why just because, oh, he just because he's famous he can act like that, I can't. Like, it's just a personality trait. I don't want to care what people think, and I'm not going to.
Mm-hmm.
And it stuck. It's not like I had to have a very deep conversation with anybody for me to understand that. I just saw what
So
was going
just
on. I'm like,
learnt
yeah,
it
okay,
in the
it's
house,
fair.
and then
Mm.
that felt right, and then
Yeah.
that's when your go-to
Yeah.
mantra. So in the world that we live in, I think you were just talking about a book that I
Mm.
just read. I think it's Tantra by
Mm.
Osho, where I think he talks about how the whole world is always divided between black, white,
Mm.
success, failure,
Right.
rich, poor. So now I'm sure words like success and failure has been coined in your journey as well.
Mm.
So if I can ask you, what is your definition of success at 21, Saanvi? What would it be?
I think it's more pertaining to me. It's not like a general idea that I can give this sort of advice
Yes,
to
yes,
anybody else.
yes.
But I've always said this even to my mom, where I've seen Appa, trying helping out so many people around him when it came to their careers and when they wanted to make money and this and that. For me, I knew the day that I could coin the term successful about myself is a day I don't, want him involved in anything that I do. You come directly, you sit, and you're able to watch exactly what I've done on screen. Suppose if I had to like act in a movie, I want to do everything by myself, get everything done by myself, and the day I can actually make him relax and come and sit there and just see whatever I've made without, not like it's an edit version, I'm talking about like the final thing. That's the day I feel like
That's
I've done
success.
something.
Like they say, being able to see you without your surname,
Yeah.
with your own light, is
Mm.
what success is for you.
Mm.
Um,
No, actually, I take a lot of pride in my surname. The only problem is the moment I say it, it's the people. The problem I have is when you say, okay, Sudeep's daughter, Sudeep's daughter, Sudeep's daughter. That is a problem. When you say Sanvi Sudeep, that's my name. This name carries weight because I'm very proud of what he's done. I will carry it with me, and I will, do justice to it. I don't like it when they keep saying Sudeep's daughter. Like, I also have a name.
it is Saanvi
It's
first,
Sanvi first.
then
Mm.
comes. I think that's also the right way to give you your own space
Yeah.
for your dreams to fly.
Yeah.
And all right, so what's your dream? There goes. There's a block there which says dream, believe, and achieve.
Mm.
Without the judgments of the society, just because you are Sudeep sir's daughter doesn't mean that, everything is already given to you on a platter.
Yeah.
You will not have your own dreams.
Mm.
So, what are your dreams like, Saanvi?
I have so many things I want to do. I just don't know where to start. That's the problem.
As in?
Because it started out with painting. That was my first hobby. It's not left me. I still sketch and paint all the time. I had one exhibition in school for an exam and I really loved it so much. Like, I've always wanted to carry it on. At some point in my life, I want my artwork to also be out there. And there's singing, where I really love singing for movies, and I want to write my own songs. I want to make albums. I want to be able to have my own concert one day, where I'm just there on stage, people come to listen. At the same time, I started working as an AD on the BRB set, and I'm super interested in movies, in filmmaking, in acting, everything. But being behind the camera, I started writing scripts, I started writing stories, and being an AD, I started getting a little more experience. And I know that at some point in my life, I want to direct a film also.
Mm.
I have a lot of interest in that. But while directing, you see people on screen, and I used to have a big interest in theatre in my school. I always wanted to be on stage. I had very few opportunities, But whenever I was, it felt so freeing. And I went to an acting school in Hyderabad, Annapurna Studios, and I finished my acting course there. And we had our final exam to like film like a monologue. I did a nice little antagonist vibe of a monologue in Kannada,
Uh-huh.
and I enjoyed it so much that I know I want to get into acting also. My dream is basically just to do whatever makes me happy. Like I mentioned earlier, that is my level of comfort also. I don't
Nice.
mind. It's very comfortable for me to put in hard work to do something that I like to do. You know, even if I'm sweating my ass off, I'm like crying, I'm getting injured, whatever it is, it's still something that I really, really, really want to do. All of
Nice.
these things. Because they're all a
Interesting.
part of me. I don't want to miss out on anything.
How does the seed come to you? Like, I want to try this, I want to do this.
Mm.
Because there is always one comparison,
Mm.
which I'm sure you want to fight it out or
Mm.
probably let it be.
Mm.
Yeah. Um, so, how do you kind of, get yourself introduced to new dreams as to "Acha, probably this can work out? Like, so far you've done a plethora of things,
Mm.
painting, singing, all arts related,
Mm.
now AD and now one day direction and now acting. So how do you add new things to your kitty? What attracts? How do you attract things?
I think most of these things that have already happened by mistake. Like drawing, obviously, as a kid, you're going to doodle, you're going to do stuff. You'll have art class in school. That's when you'll realize something.
Mm-hmm.
But the whole, like, when it comes to films at least, I was writing a script for a short film to do in school for like one of our festivals or something. And I got so into it that I was like, wait, I'm getting one idea for some story. And I was studying English literature as well. So I like to write a lot. And so I was like, I'll just try. Maybe I can make a short film of my own.
Mm-hmm.
That suddenly became so big. I was like, okay, no, we're making it into a movie. This is like too much for a short film. I'm just writing a story, just putting ideas out there. Then I started adding so many people. Like my brain was just going all over the place. And
Mm-hmm.
suddenly there are like some 8 characters already there, like main people. And so I tried to write a series. That was the first thing I wrote.
That
And
is
sorry?
the series name. Oh, acha, it's not out yet.
I don't know, I'm still wrapping my head around how I'm supposed to make it, but I will let you know. So I remember telling my mom the story, and she was like, when did you do all this? Is this what you're doing beyond studying? Aren't you supposed to be studying? And I was like, yeah, but I had to try. Yeah, so most of all these things just happened because my brain derailed while doing something else. Even like singing thing, I'll be doing something, I'll be humming and this and that. It only until I get like, maybe if I learn lyrics of a song and if I'm drawing and I'll start singing along to it, my mom would have heard. She's like, oh, you sound really nice. And it was until I was 13, I went to studio for the first time and I heard myself. I was like, oh, this is how I sound. That's very cool.
Ah,
And I
you
started
sound
off with
very
that.
cool, especially the Western style, right?
Yeah.
First time I heard you, I was like, too many. I mean, sorry for throwing few names here. Like an Adele sitting inside, a lot of, the style and all of that. Like, how do you actually, rather, how did you get into the Western style of singing? First consuming and then eventually singing?
Um, I actually was a lot more comfortable doing Indian songs. I still am. Like while singing also, I love my South music, Bollywood music, anything. Western came when I started performing in school. We had a singing competition during Diwali, and there was an Indian category and a Western category. One of my closest friends, she was doing the Western, and
Mm-hmm.
I was doing Indian, and
Mm-hmm.
we both used to get first place in both categories. Until one day I heard someone, and my ego really came on top when this happened. Someone made a comparison and said, yeah, dude, but when she sang Skyfall, no, like nobody could have beaten that. I was like, I'll learn the song now. I'm going to do this. And I learned the song. I was not very proud of the reason why I did it, but then I learned the song. And when I started singing it, like if there's like a party or something going on, someone asked me to sing, I quickly realized that, okay, people are saying that, okay, I have a strong voice. Maybe this can be a genre of music that I should try out a little more.
Mm-hmm.
So I started getting into it, and I don't know, it just happened. And Adele is one of the people I look up to very much. And the fact that a lot of people actually like tell me like, you sound like her makes me so happy. I think that's like the best compliment I've ever gotten in my entire life. Yeah.
Yeah. Wow. So how life just happens
Yeah.
while you're just enjoying the
Just
journey.
enjoying, yeah.
Hmm. Now we spoke about the buzzwords of the society wherein, there are situations which makes us relate that probably we are latched onto it.
Mm.
So I read a very interesting line about failure. It said, failure is a tuition fee that you pay for wisdom.
Mm.
Failure can mean many things to many people. So what does it mean to you, Sanvi?
I think the day when I start to lose respect from the people who are around me, I feel like I've really failed in life. Because for me, what is more important than, at least career wise and everything, I want to be a good person to people. And that doesn't mean that I don't make mistakes. That is another thing that's very important. I'm not just going to be the best person in your life who is like so perfect. She's never made me upset ever. That's not the point. I like to be that person that, people can confide in, people can trust, and you know that I'm going to be around for you. I'm never going to judge you for what you want to do. I'll be there to support you.
Mm-hmm.
But I think the moment if I'm really fond of someone and they decide that, one day, no, I didn't think I could tell you. I didn't think I could trust you. Or if any statement that comes, I feel like that's like my biggest failure in life. I never ever want to be that person to anybody, even if it's a stranger. Which is why, like previously, like I said, that, you shouldn't meet your heroes. I don't want to do that because I've seen so many kids come up to me and like, the way they talk and everything. And I just, you tend to just, you want to be warm to them. These people who come and look up to you and they're like, they're saying, oh, I'm your fan. And like, we follow you on Instagram.
Mm.
We love your music, something. It's a very naturally occurring thing to me to have a conversation with them, to be nice. But I think the day if someone ever says like, it was not that nice meeting her, or she's okay, like all of that, I think somewhere something will break inside me.
Wow. One is comfort, other one is knowing your place and knowing what it means to you and also what it means to the world.
Yeah.
Now, with this perspective, I've always wondered, like, people who are not, who don't have their jobs associated with fame,
Mm.
identity,
Mm.
fame driven identity, they can walk around the way they want, they can do anything in the street, malls, and all of that. So, how, as a family, do you all take your time out? Like,
Go abroad.
okay, that's how
Yeah,
you, that's the price you pay for privacy.
unfortunately. But since I moved to Hyderabad 5 years ago, I can do anything there. Like, and that's the best part. I don't have to think twice before going to a mall or doing anything. Even here, if I have to go out shopping or my friends want to go watch a movie or something, I don't mind going. My only problem is I don't want any of them to be photographed, without their consent. Or
Mm.
if there are like if there's a crowd or something, they'll get pushed, and it's very uncomfortable for people who are not familiar with the industry,
Mm-hmm.
which is another reason why I didn't want to go out. But I don't mind. I'm used to the attention that I get here. But it's so refreshing, not to think too much when I'm going out there. Like, if suppose if you're going to like for dinner or something, I don't want them to think like, okay, if they're going to be drinking or something, is someone going to look at us? Is someone going to photograph or do any of these things
Mm.
to invade privacy? So they're very chill there. Here, that's one thing I don't like to do. I call everyone home. But if I have to go to the malls and all, I'm kind of used to it.
Mm.
Family wise, we don't go out together, over here at least. Abroad, we take trips, we have our time off. Appa doesn't step out anywhere, obviously. It's like the worst for him. But
Even in Hyderabad, I think it's tough for him.
yeah, because people will recognize. They might not
Ah.
mob him, but they'll still, they'll stare. You want to talk, you want to do this and that. He's very like uncomfortable with all this. He'll still come if I call him, but we try our best to like stay at home. But we have our family trips where we can unwind and just let go.
What's like your favorite top 5 trips that as a family you all have taken? Because not much of it goes on Insta also, right?
No.
Like,
I think our favorite place is Bangkok. Appa's favorite, my favorite. We all love going there so much. We should go there at least once or twice in like a year or two. We had to go until COVID hit, obviously. So recently we tried to go on a trip again. It's been a very long time.
mm-hmm.
Appa also got busy, but that's one place. If you want to talk top 5 trips, all 5 trips were in Bangkok.
What's like your go-to place in Bangkok? Like, there are many. the floating market,
Mm.
all your tiger temples. Again, very controversial. But what's the kind of holiday that you all have as a family?
Just shopping. We don't step out from the malls because
Seriously.
somehow Appa always finds some corner that you would not have seen. He's memorized the directions in the most complicated malls. Like how if I'm lost somewhere and I call me like, you see the store here? No, is it there next to you? You come here, you take this left, you take this right. I'm right here.
Seriously.
I'm not joking. It's insane, but for us, it's mostly malls. My mom likes to go travel around, like beyond the city. She likes to go to see all these new temples and scenery and all that. Me and
You
Appa are
both
not like
full
that.
shopping, huh?
Yeah.
What do you all shop for? Like, I saw that crazy shoe that you just wore. I mean, sneakers and then.
Yeah. I love shoes.
Mhm.
I like to shop. The problem is I don't get a lot of female friendly shoes here. My foot size is 42 to 43, and somehow they all stop at 41. Like I don't know why. So I generally anyways wear sneakers. So I got lucky. I shop in the men's section, or I just take all of Appa's things. There's not one shoe I think I haven't taken from him, and sometimes they just end up staying with me. They don't go back.
Ooh.
Yeah, but apart from shoes, I love like my art supplies and all. I like to buy. I like going to all these instrument stores. You just go try out these ukuleles and all that. It's very interesting. And jewelry. I like to shop for jewelry. Clothes and all, butte you can get anywhere. But just like all these things, small, small. Yeah.
Mm. So now here you have Appa's empire and legacy.
Mm.
What's your relationship with Appa like to the world, it's superstar Sudeep sir, but for you, like, what are your deary moments? Like, now I want to like paint the picture in front of everybody now, including myself. That what happens between the two?
I think earlier when I was a kid, he used to have a lot of fun because he used to make up stories and tell me in the night. Like he's a very creative person, right? So he like to paint a picture, like use all these unique voices while talking about characters and all that. We used to put a mattress on the floor just to put the blanket on top so Amma doesn't hear us because I had to go to sleep early. And he'll tell me stories about a made up superhero who used to live on the moon called Super Sanu.
Oh,
Yeah, he said you saw that rabbit on the moon. No, that's her house. And I was like, oh, that's very interesting. I was very small that time. She used to tell me how she came and she saved me from lions and all. Lions came to set that day, Sanu. He used to make all these sound effects and all with his voice. It was very cute. And he used to cook a lot. He still does. Anytime I ask him to make food, he'd be like, instantly. And in 10 minutes, like one very aesthetically placed one plate will be there in front of me.
like
And
what's his go-to dish?
for me, I think my favorite thing he makes is egg rice. But I know it's a very simple thing, but he makes it in like all sorts of different ways with different side dishes and everything. Full mashed potatoes or chicken. Sometimes he used to place the egg on top and then like cut the egg so it like falls on the rice. All that he used to do. I was like, this is very cool. During COVID, he started making bread and all that. And suddenly Mexican food came up and he doesn't look at recipes.
What?
Yeah, he
Seriously?
makes his own.
Interesting.
So that took a lot of my childhood also. He used to teach me how to cook. So even today, if I like to make anything, it's because of him. And I experiment a lot. So he'll cook and do all that. And after I started growing up, our pastime is basically like we'll only talk about movies. Nothing else is there in the conversation. Because,
Won't you all get bored?
no,
Like, for him, he's also, that's work for him.
no, but he thoroughly enjoys it.
Yeah?
Yeah, he can talk about it 24/7. The only other thing he'll talk about is cricket, and I'm not interested. I can't stand it. So I'll rather like stick to films with him. We talk about like how it could have been shot, and he'll be like, "Sanu, this one thing if they didn't do, or this one thing they could have changed. No, what do you think?" And we can sit and have a discussion for hours about
What's the latest series that you all are talking about or your movie?
series. Not much, but me and Amma asked him to watch this recent Malayalam film called Tudarum, Mohanlal's movie. And I watched in the theater and I watched it 3 times again after that.
Yeah?
Oh, it was so beautifully
What is the
made.
movie about in a line?
It's you can say it's sort of like a revenge story, but there's so much emotion and depth into it that it doesn't seem very cliched. Even though if you look plainly in a storyline, it is a very cliched story. But the way they've made it, the music by Jakes Bijoy sir, everything was so perfect for me. And I made him watch it and he was like oh my god, what a film. So we talk about that, and if we watch series like separately, so he'll tell me what he's watching, and I might not have heard of it, and he likes different genres than me, so he'll be sitting and explaining to me like, oh, this is how they shot this, and there's this one scene. He'll take out YouTube clips and he'll be showing me scene by scene all these very cool things that he found. And I'll talk about the series that I'm watching. He'll be like, oh yeah, tell me about it, and I'll tell him why I like it, what's going on, all that.
Oh,
Separate conversations. We don't really watch anything
together.
together,
Uh-huh.
but we talk about it separately whenever he has a time.
Like in a day, how much of your time gets spent with Appa?
If he's in town also, there's always people coming in and out of the house, he always has work. But if there's a free day, I think he usually goes to his terrace. He'll be sitting there chilling.
In
So I'll
Bangalore?
so I'll go there. Maybe I'll sit for like lunch or dinner when he's like free to cook and all. I think apart from that, he's very similar to me. He likes his space. So even I don't like to be around people for
Intruded.
too long,
Mm-hmm.
right? So even if I go, it's like 10-15 minutes, I'll say hi, bye, and I'll come. Or if we have to sit for a meal or something, we'll talk till I'm done eating, then okay, tata, bye, bye. We both like have that thing. But when we're on trips and all, then we obviously spend a lot of time. But here we just have an understanding. Like, he'll say, good morning, what's your plan for the day? And I'll be like, this is what's going on. He'll be like, okay, cool, I have shoot this time, I have meeting this time. I'm like, yeah, okay, cool. Then the night he'll be like, dinner? I'll go up, I'll eat, and then he'll be like, okay, good night, good night.
Wow.
Yeah.
So, father-daughter arguments, fights,
That happens in every family, no? Normal. But we
same.
don't, like, I don't know how to explain it. There's not much that he gets angry about, you know?
Seriously.
Yeah.
Matlab, he's so patient when it comes to.
Yeah, like, there's no, like, argument really. Like, if something goes wrong, he'll be like, okay, why? Why did this happen? Tell me about it. You know how he is on Big Boss? It's quite similar.
Yeah.
Yeah, he'll just talk. Unless, if it is actually an argument, then we both will just like take time apart. Like, okay,
Mm.
if it's an argument that lasted say 5 minutes, I'll go down, he'll stay up. If we don't like see each other for some time, everything gets cooled down. Like, there's no reason to carry it forward. I don't think we both of us have like the energy to carry stuff for like days altogether. So just like leave it, just
Mm-hmm.
ignore it, just like let's not make a big deal out of things. But most of the time it's just like a talk. My mom will get mad and she'll be like, Deepu, please talk to her. And so, but if we sit together, he'll be like, tell me what happened, why.
He makes you only
Mm.
reflect, looks like.
Yeah, yeah, that's what he does.
So now we've got a glimpse of how the family thinks,
Mm.
problems at your level. What excites you? Because I've always wondered, see, for normal people, as in at every level, for some, making a certain amount of money is a
Mm.
kick.
Mm.
Buying a property, probably a luxury bag, or
Mm.
even a piece of gold
Mm.
jewelry, or a family or trip abroad.
Mm.
Again, please don't get me wrong. At Sudeep sir's level, and wherein we assume that everything is already there.
Mm.
So, what is the kick for you all? Is a question.
For me, I love it when I go for my performances. I have gigs that I do in Hyderabad, and I've done one in Bangalore. But that whole thing of going to a studio and having a jam practice with a band, then
That's your high.
finally, oh, I love the feeling of being on stage. Even I'm a little shy, so I don't interact with the audience as much as I'm supposed to. I'll get there, but when I go and like I'm singing on stage and you have your in-ear in place, you have your mic and you can hear your band beside you. It's such a great feeling because I close my eyes when I sing and I can only hear like my voice with every single instrument that's coming on like in my in-ear. And I don't really pay attention to the people sitting there because I'll get nervous if I open my eyes and I see someone who's like talking or someone who's yawning or something. I'll be like, oh no, what's going on? Are they getting bored? I don't want to overthink it, so I just close my eyes and I sing. And it's a great process. Like the whole thing from rehearsals till you get on stage, till you all go to party after. That whole
Mm.
like thing is just it's very very exciting for me, because I've not had a set band either.
Oh,
So I meet new
plug and play.
musicians here and
Hmm.
there, wherever I am, whoever's available. So we just go perform covers, and it's so nice.
Nice. I think Appa turned 50 recently.
Yes.
So, from his perspective as a family, what is a high for him? Like a man who's seen it all in his own
Mm.
level and the journey in the industry for so many years? What excites him? Like,
For
what do
him
you gift
also, it's
him?
like
Like,
I honestly don't know what to gift him because like even last year for his birthday, I painted him a portrait of his poster from Vikrant Rona, and I framed it and I gave it to him. I have to keep making, drawing, or singing things. I can't. There's nothing I can possibly buy because I don't know what to get. Like I take his things. I take his shoes and his perfumes and everything. So I don't know what to get for him.
what does Appa splurge money on?
Like this only, he likes shoes. And I think small like artifacts around the house. He loves to like interior design. He's done his own like his like wherever he's staying, no, like his room, that floor and the terrace, everything he's decorated himself. So shopping for all that on Amazon, you'll find small gadgets. Finding very interesting gadget accessories and
Oh, for him, the mall is Amazon, huh?
yeah. In the mall also, the first thing he'll do is he'll go to like the electronic section, and he'll call me from there. Sound like fun, very cool thing. Please come now. But he gets very excited about these small things and trying new food. That he gets very curious because he likes to cook, no. So when we go to Bangkok also, he'll see one small stall somewhere in one corner. He'll take all of us and like, come, we'll try this. Come, we'll do this, we'll do that.
What's the craziest that you all have tried?
I don't eat. I don't eat anything beyond chicken only. Like I can't eat any other meat. So I'm not a very experimental person with my food. But he also, which is the line to draw. But I think seafood and all, he'll try. He'll eat it. He doesn't. He's also not too crazy, but he's that curiosity is there when you see small like street food. In Bangkok, like there's a lot of these sweets that they make. That's very popular.
Mm-hmm.
So if it's not anything too crazy, but it's just something he's never like tried before, he wants to try everything. But he's like a kid. He gets so excited about like these small things. So it's very refreshing for me to see that side of him when we're going on trips. Here obviously has to be a little more like I'm working. I have to put up a front now. But there he gets super excited. So it's nice.
Oh, that
Yeah.
is his escape
Yeah.
into reality
Yeah.
from. So, how do you read the room? Like, of course, there are different dynamics. Like, normally for anybody, there could be a day wherein we are angry at somebody,
Mm.
or probably we are sad for no reason on a
Yeah.
particular day. How do you read the energy when Appa is at home? When you know
It's
that.
how he greets me.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because I always enter after everyone's there. It's not that I'm trying to be deliberately late. It just happens. Like he'll tell me later, like, oh yeah, these people are here, you wanna come up? I'm like, yeah, okay. So when I come, the way he says hi to me is when I know
How his
what
mood
kind of
is, huh?
discussion, what is going on.
Example?
Like he comes, he's like, hello, and then he comes, he gives me a full hug and all. He'll be like, hey, what's up, baby? All that he'll do. And I'm like, okay, it's chill. Everyone's chilling. He comes, he's like, he'll just smile at me. Sometimes he'll come like, hi, you good? You ate something? Or when that is going on, like there's a little concern in like the way he talks. I'm like, no, today's not the day to joke. Let me just listen. Yeah.
Appa likes to joke, take case ala. Andre, only when with people that he's comfortable. Otherwise,
Yeah.
he'll be like. "Yeah." So, have you ever tried to take Appa's case?
That's the only thing I do. He can't do much
I
to
think
me. That's
only
the
you
problem.
can dare to do that
Only
also.
I can. Only me and Amma. But for her, still he'll be like a little more like playfully joking around and all. The problem is when he comes to tickle me, the first thing I do is I'll hold off his finger. So I'm like, you try to tickle me again, I'll break it off. Like that's how it is. So if he tries to make fun of me, I give it 10 times harder. So he's very careful if there are people around because he doesn't know what's going to come out of my mouth. So he controls himself a little. Yeah, but I'm such a big bully for him at home actually. I don't feel bad about it, but I just
So you're the real
have to
big
say
boss
it.
at home, huh?
Yes.
Uh-huh. Sudeep sir, the secret is out. But what are your topics to make fun of him?
Everything.
On a lighter side. Yeah.
Everything. Like if he's very easy to mock because he has very distinct body language, like things that he does. So even if he's trying to say something and trying to sound all cool, like oh yeah, and like I'll also stand like him and I'll do all that.
Amazing. So
Yeah,
that's your
he
go-to.
doesn't like it when I exaggerate too much because he's like, you're not as cool as me. Okay, calm down. And I'm like, oh, you wish.
So when do you know not to cross a line?
That's just basic common sense. I don't think I think people should know. in general, when you're making fun of anybody, even if you're alone with them, you can't talk about like personal issues or like body shame someone. If you're like making a joke, like maybe you have an inside joke or something, then sure. Or like this, like it's like you're in a fun way, if you're mocking someone, that's fine. The moment someone goes on to like looks and all that stuff, no, it's come on, that's crossing it.
That's the
And
line.
sometimes if there's something that would have troubled them in the past, even though they've come to terms with it now, you still can't make fun of it. I think that's a big red flag for me. They might joke about it themselves. They are allowed to do that.
Mm-hmm.
You can't get into their personal issues and,
Mm-hmm.
play around there. That's very uncomfortable. They might not tell you if they're uncomfortable with it. That's the problem. But they're going to start thinking of you in a different way. You don't want that.
Mm-hmm.
So just everyone should have a limit. Even though I'm his daughter, I'm not going to like make fun of like say, oh, the way you acted in some film. Like that's not something an actor would want to hear, right? Like if because it's still their early stages, maybe they're only going to get better with each film. So it's not going on skills, going on looks and all. It's big
Never,
no.
never.
Mm-mm.
With so much of media attention going around with news channels and social media, at home, do you all turn the news on always?
I don't. I think my tata, he is the one who follows it. I don't think I've ever caught like my parents doing it. My mom will read about it online, but I don't think me and Appa pay too much attention. She'll tell him, he'll be aware, but I don't. I don't really read anything.
What's a day like in your house in Hyderabad?
In Hyderabad, oh, Hyderabad is very chill. Like I love to. Thing is, I sleep very late in the night. My brain starts working properly only in the night. Suddenly, I have all these ideas. I want to do something, or suddenly I want to watch something. I don't know why during the day, if I have free time, I just don't end up doing anything. It's only in the night.
Mm-hmm.
Suddenly, they'll be like, no, let's not sleep. And then I'll sleep and I'll wake up at like 10:30, 11 and all. Nicely, Arams will come down. I'll have my coffee. Then Amma will come sit with me. We'll talk for some time. Then I go take a shower. I come down. We'll have lunch. Then we decide, should we watch something or are we like a sleepy mood? We both end up watching and then sleeping off. And then we'll wake up again. We'll have like a nice cup of coffee. We'll chill for some time in the evening. Then we'll think, should we do something for dinner? Is someone coming home? Then she'll talk about, now she's doing a production with Mango Pacha. So she'll talk about all this through the day. Maybe I'll help her, sit down with her, discuss all this. Yeah, that's like a chill day there. Like if there's no work to do, this is
Mm-hmm.
how we both are.
Bangalore?
Bangalore is a different story. My tata wakes up very early here now. So if by like
Tata
10,
is Sanjeev sir.
yeah. So by the time if I wake up too late also, questions will come. So I have to, at least if I'm still in my room, it's fine. But I have to know, like make people know that like, okay, I'm awake. It's at a reasonable hour. It's not like, too late. And lunch we all eat together. My aunts come, my cousins come whenever they're free. It's like Sanchi and all that, they're always there. And we all eat together with Tata and all. Now because even Amma was not around, so we spend time with him every lunch break. And he doesn't care like if too much if like you're not around like the entire day. We all just have lunch together. And I go back to the room unless there's work to do. Then yeah, I'll have most of my stuff. If I have to meet them, it's online. I don't step out much here. And I'll talk to them. Then if Appa's there, I'll spend time with him. My mom is there, and I'll spend time with her.
So right now you're on a hybrid mode, Bangalore
Yeah.
and
I think I
Hyderabad.
should just live at an airport at this point. The travel is way too much. It's exhausting and I hate traveling. That's the one big drawback about this
Like
whole
50
thing.
50.
I have a lot of motion sickness. Like I don't puke, but I get really bad migraines and my sinuses start acting up. So even if I'm traveling in a car, I have to have earphones on. If I have to talk to someone also, I'll keep it on. Music might not be playing, but I have to keep talking to them.
Mm-hmm.
I can't be without it. I get very nauseous. Like they have to be closed. Music is at best. I'll be distracted. I won't talk to anybody. And my body is tuned to automatically fall asleep after 25 minutes of being in a car. If it's a long journey, I will fall asleep. I had to make sure that happened because flight journeys and all, I cannot stand it. The headaches are insane and it's unbearable. So I will fall asleep. Yeah, so I just hate the travel. You sit back in the car and coming from the airport here in Bangalore, from there to JP Nagar is not a joke. It takes like 2 hours. So this hybrid mode, that's the only drawback. Otherwise, I obviously love spending time with my family, and then I go back there. I have my pets in Hyderabad. I have a small dog named Judy,
Judy.
and I have
What
one
breed is it?
cat. She's a Shih Tzu.
Okay.
Yeah, she's 7
You've
now.
always been a Shih Tzu fan, looks like. Even
Yeah,
Sasha?
Sasha was a beagle.
Beagle, right.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
I've always been
Miniatures.
around dogs, so I love my cute little pooches at home. She's there. She's
And a
7
cat
now.
also.
Yes, I recently got a cat. I actually got him because Appa was asking for a cat for a long time. But then correctly that time only I started getting busy. That's the problem. Now I'm a new person to like cats. Okay, I don't know exactly how I'm supposed to
Take care of
handle
them.
them.
Mm-hmm.
But somehow this cat imprinted on me. So now it's like stuck to me if I'm at home. His name is Juno, and he's like one black and white Persian cat, and he's one naughty thing. Like I just don't know how to handle him. Everything is scratched, everything is thrown and broken. He'll do that thing and he'll tap it off the table, something if it's kept there. So already so many of my things are broken. My wire from my piano is gone. So my reverb
Crazy.
pedal, the thing doesn't work anymore.
You don't have a cage to put him and
I feel
all.
bad.
Ah.
I feel very bad putting them in cages. If I have to take him to the vet also and put him in that little backpack of mine, he cannot. He'll start screaming. So
Oh.
yeah, I feel bad. But that's one thing I look forward to. I'll go there. I'll be alone with my pets. Come back here, be with family. I
All
like
fancy
moving up.
backpacks
Yeah, yeah,
the market has, especially with the cat, the see-through, that half
yeah.
moon shaped and
Yeah,
all.
that only.
So why the name Judy and Juno?
Judy is actually my mom's dog's name. When she had a white colored pom growing up, and Judy was her best friend for a long time. So after she passed away, any dog that we've had at home, my mom was not. She'd never get close to them. She always scared, like if I get attached and they pass
Emotionally.
away. So when I got Judy, before that also whatever dog was there, she didn't seem very like interested. Obviously she'll be loving, she'll take care, but she always had that distance. Like, no, Sana, that's your dog. It's not mine. That sort of thing. But when I got Judy as a pup, she was a gift by Amma only on my 14th birthday. She was like a small thing. And I remember playing with her, and suddenly this very cunning idea came to my mind. I was like, if I have to get her to be a little loving towards the dog, then maybe I'll just name her Judy.
Oh.
Yeah. So I did, and I told her, and she started like getting emotional. But after that day, Judy and her are inseparable. She's always sticking to Amma at home also. She'll come to me, but she'll go sleep in Amma's room. She has to be around Amma all the time.
Mm-hmm.
So right now she's growing a little old also, but
Mm.
yeah, that's how their bond started.
Judy.
Juno,
Juno.
because I wanted something with a J, and I was just trying to like look for different names, and Juno kind of stuck.
Mm-hmm.
So I just named him Juno. There's no meaning behind it.
There's a line: the strongest women are not those the ones who will never fall, but every time they do fall, they get up gracefully and move on with life. Um, whom did you think of when I said this line,
My mom.
Amma?
I am not very attached to a lot of people like this in my life. Even family wise, obviously I love them very much, but my main attachment has always been her. Yeah. This statement reminds me of her.
Three things that the world should know about Amma. That's Priya. Priya Radha Krishna, Uruf Priya Sudeep ma'am.
Mm. Her, I think she's very talented. I don't think a lot of people know what all she can do just beyond being smart and well spoken and how she portrays herself to the world. She's also a little shy, but she's a wonderful singer. She dances. She used to do Bharatanatyam with me actually when I was younger. I joined her class with her, and I think she's a very very elegant woman, but not in the sense like how she just carries herself outside. I think the way she handles a lot of situations that are thrown at her, you would expect, obviously at some point people are going to get mad, they're going to scream and this and that, but she handles everything so well that sometimes when I look at her, I'm just like,
How does she do it?
I'm in awe. I love, just like seeing her prosper so much in her life, and she's done it all by herself. Like,
I've
I don't
always
think,
looked at Amma as like 100 therapists
yeah,
inside her.
yeah. And she knows when to switch it up also for me. She knows when to be my friend. She knows when, she has to be my mom. So third thing I would say is that I think she's the best mother ever. I don't think I could have asked for a better one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. In general, I think there are a lot of times that she might question it herself. She's like, I'm sorry at that stage, I did mess up or something. I think, yeah, but so have I. Even I've done my fair share of mistakes, and she's also, it was her first time being a mom.
Oh, wow.
But I think I couldn't have asked for a better one. I think she needs to give herself a little more credit for that.
We all have a chapter that, we don't want to talk about.
Mm.
So, how have you handled that chapter through life? I'm sure you were quite young when few things kind of ruffled up.
Mm. I did go to therapy when I was, I think, around 12 or something. But I quickly realized that, okay, you're trying to make me a little more like self-aware and more aware of the problems that are happening or why I'm behaving a certain way. I already know that. I know what's going on. I just need to know what to do beyond this. And none of these therapy sessions were really helping me because I've always been a very like self-aware person. So for me, it was, if I deal with a situation, I know that I get angry very easily. And at that point, I didn't know how to manage that. So my first thing used to be is I used to lash out very badly. Like I can scream, and sometimes, I was in karate class for a while, so that was a good place to like unwind when we had our like those little small sparring sessions and all. But otherwise, like I had to control it. Otherwise, the smallest things used to bother me so much that my first thing was to be like, I have to get mad. So, and I wanted to control that. I realized that none of these sessions, therapy sessions, were helping me. I had to, but it's you honestly, you won't feel good about yourself when you get angry, right? It's not a nice feeling
Mm-hmm.
to sit by yourself and you're just grumpy and just want to do something. So, just to like calm myself down, I used to immediately, if I see a problem, before I address it, I had to go and be alone. Like I had to think about it. So I think that's another, I wouldn't say it's a quality that everyone likes about me, because I just remove myself from the situation. So sometimes, as like if I have to be involved in like a family thing or something, I'm sometimes just not there,
Just
because
vanish,
I
cut
just
yourself
vanish.
out.
I'll just be in my room, because I like how I've grown up, like being like finding comfort in me. I know if I'm around there, like I won't be able to control myself out sometimes. I don't want to
Mm.
get irritated. I just want my peace and quiet, and I'll just leave. And sometimes, people are like, you have to address it. I'm like, yeah, I'll address it later. I don't want to address it when I know I'm going to get upset, because this is my way of controlling it now. Like at least I'm trying.
Mm-hmm.
Don't just say like, oh, find a better way. It's not that easy. At least I'm trying to make it easier for both of us to not cause a scene. I'm going to go sit elsewhere.
Mm-hmm.
Now at least my communication has become a little better, but this was like while growing up when I didn't really understand how to regulate it. Now getting angry is like, it's barely like even a thing for me now. I'll get irritated, but I'll just have a grumpy face when I'm talking to you, or I'll still talk in this tone. And I'm like, no, why? And I'll get like irritated maybe. But I think dealing with all of those problems has taught me that one thing. Like, okay, I realized that one flaw about myself. So I was like, okay, this is one of them. I gotta understand how to do this and do that. And it taught me, at least now, to be a little better in communication,
Mm-hmm.
because I think if I didn't go through all that, I was already in a space. I was again very comfortable, right, in the family. Like I was pampered and spoiled, and certain relationships in your life, whether it's like friendships or romantic relationships, unless you go through all these things, your communication is not going to be very good. Like you're going to have to try, and it's not going to be all like honeymoon phase for the rest of your life, right? At some point, if you want to get married to someone, suppose, you're going to have arguments and this and that. You can't just isolate yourself when you have
Mm-hmm.
a partner.
Right. That can't be a coping mechanism for
That
life.
can't be, because that's not good. You might be lucky enough if you find a partner who's going to put up with it, but it's still not healthy. You're going to have to
Not
talk
fair.
about it. You can't just get upset and scream and this and that. Sometimes maybe, yeah, but if that's your go-to thing for every time you get irritated, then that's not a very good sign. So I had to, because I didn't want this to affect my friendships or any potential relationships in the future. I didn't want to be that sort of person. Like I said, I don't want to be like I want to be a good person. I don't want to be that failure thing that I was talking about.
Mm.
That I
I
would
don't want to
consider a
be
failure if someone came
hated.
and told me like, oh, she just doesn't know how to express. I'm like making life difficult for someone because I'm so involved in like the way I'm feeling. I have to be a little more aware of what my feelings, what my actions are causing. So I think that was my coping thing, isolating. But now it's, at least I'm able to communicate a lot better
Mm-hmm.
when it comes to these situations. Sometimes I will isolate, but it's become a rare thing now.
Mm. What's happening in the heart?
In the heart? What do you mean?
I meant, of course, 21 is the age of lot of attractions and,
Mm. Mm.
emotions trying to probably take over you. So, romantic relationships and
Mm.
all of that. So, today in the world of all the situationships,
Yeah.
a lot of terms, yeah, I mean, it's so
I
confusing.
can't keep up with it myself.
Yeah, Gen
I
Zs are
just
like, I don't know
know.
why they're the torch bearers of all of this,
Mm.
but not sure if it is even right to generalize that everybody goes through that.
Mm.
So, what's happening with the world and love and relationships today? Like, how do you reflect on these ideas? Do you think it's for you or
The thing
someday?
is, as much as Gen Z has coined a term for it, that's for sure. It started off with our generation giving that name like situationship and so many other
The
things.
many things, yeah.
But I have seen so many older people doing the same things or maybe worse. So I think somewhere say I'm a person who also has a lot of self-respect. So even if I forgive you, it's not because I don't have respect for myself. Like say in a relationship, if something's going wrong, so many people take advantage of that. They think, oh, I've screwed her over once, I can do it again. And it's so easy for people to lust rather than love.
Wow.
And it's, as much as that's true, be fair to the person you're doing it with. You know, like when people give you false hopes, that's when this whole situation thing started, where you're like, no, I'm just not ready right now, or I don't want labels right now. Like you either like me or you don't. There is no, you, when you meet someone, after a certain few conversations, if you have feelings, if you like them. This whole thing of taking time, having clarity, that's the issue with you. You have to be fair to the other person and say, I am a person who's like been through this in life. Because of this, maybe I have trust issues, maybe I have a
Mm.
problem forming attachments. But you have to be aware enough and tell them. You can't be unfair and give them hopes like, no, I really like you, I love you, but I just can't make you my girlfriend right now. And I've seen this happen to so many of my friends, because God forbid I came across a character like this, he's going to get one smack on the face. I will not, I hate it.
Mm-hmm.
I hate it. And there was a stage, obviously, where I was also thinking, like, okay, no, it's understandable. Maybe I'll forgive it. But you catch yourself in this loop. And
Mm.
I felt so, like, exhausted all the time. That's what, like, a toxic relationship can do to you. And now when I look back at those photos, I can visibly see I look so tired. I can be fully smiling in a photo, but I look so exhausted.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, this is not healthy. And I don't want to set an example like this for anybody.
Right.
Because if I know at some point if I had to like come out with these stories and like, or if I'm talking to my friends and they want advice on something, I don't want them to think like, Arey, but you're doing the same thing, you know?
You have to
And
preach
I
what you
didn't feel
follow.
very good about myself either. And I knew that I'm a hopeless romantic. I love, like, showing someone how much I love them.
Aw.
And if I'm not getting that in a relationship, I don't want to be around. So when this one situation happened to me and I got out of it, I was so relieved. It was obviously difficult for me because my feelings are still there.
Right.
But once I got out of it, I was so happy, and I started focusing on like my shooting and this and that. And I know the moment someone talks to me in certain events, maybe, or say a party or something, I know exactly when they come what their intention is. There are very few people who will come and talk to me with the intention of actually getting to know me. The first thing will be like, can I get you something? Or can I, like, the way they look at you, the way they talk to you. And it's just like, come on, at least talk to me first. That's the thing. The first thing people are like, who can I, she's kind of a type, maybe I can hook up with her. Or, I can like sleep with her or do this and do that. That's what I said. The first thing that will come to your mind is like lust. I don't see anybody like trying to genuinely have like these sort of conversations anymore. But I also realized the moment I had a lot more clarity about this, slowly, one by one, all these people in my life just started going away.
Right.
Like, I don't hear from any of them anymore. At one point, it was so easy for someone to like text me knowing that I'll respond. You know, because they're like, oh, she's accessible. No? Even if it's just like a hey, hi, what's up and all. I'm just like, hey, hi, long time no see, what's going on with you? But now the moment I know, like, you know, this is that sort of person,
You don't
they're
even
just
respond.
automatically cut off. There's no more notifications from them. I don't see them around anymore. And I'm just I'm very at peace right now.
Wow.
I can't. Because, and I know this is the age to have fun. I do not want that. I've had my fair share of fun. I've spoken to enough people, but I'm ready at this. I've always been more into like a serious relationship. I don't like this, you know, situationship and let's see other people, open relationship and all. I can't do all that. I need my one person, and I'm going to stick to that person for the rest of my life if I love them.
Heart is not for tiramisu, right? Like layers of relationship,
Yeah,
and then, why complicate your own
yeah,
peace?
not for me.
I think I'm not sure if it is for anybody. I mean, mentally.
No, some people, you know, they do have a better time when you're open to other people. I'm not judging. You can go ahead and do that. My only problem is when people are lying about it. That's what I
Put the
said. You have
label
to
strong.
be, yeah, you have to be aware enough to, you know, tell the other person this is what I want. I will respect you for it. I'm
Right.
never going to judge you and be like, oh my God, how could you? Open relationship? Like, no, it's up to you. Are you happy? But are you good to the people you're around? Are you good to the people you're talking to? That's fine.
Is everybody on the same page?
That's
That's the
it.
point.
That's it. Do they all know what they're getting into? It's just not for me. But I'm not going to judge someone if they want to do it. I just don't like it when people lie about it. And like it's basically infidelity at that point. You can't say like, you know, it's not. It is. You're
It
just trying to
is.
have an out. You're just trying to have a very easy way to just cheat on
Mm-hmm.
someone.
Right.
It's just excuses. They
So
don't
what do you
have the
want from
courage to
your
be open about themselves.
right? So what do you want from your relationship is serious
Yeah,
business.
I have to be your only person. You need to have eyes only for me. That's how it is, and I am like that. So I don't want someone who is also too easygoing. Where, you know, it's sometimes, you know, you have those people who can even flirt around for fun. They might not do anything, but I don't like that. I like a nice, like, I need a man who's like obsessed with me. I need to be around all the time. It's like that, not in a toxic obsessive way, obviously, but that's how I am. If I have eyes for someone, if I'm like dating someone, I don't look anywhere else. I will not think of anyone else. And, you know, for me, I will show that in a very healthy way. It's not like I want to be on call with you all the time. I need to know every single person who you're talking to. It's not like that. I just know that at the end of the day, this person's going to come back to me. We're going to, you know, be together. And I trust them wholeheartedly. I need someone like that. I don't like this in between relationship stages and all that people are going through right now. At such an old age, also, people are still doing it. When you think they have a little more maturity, unfortunately, I don't see that very often.
What's your take on manifestation today? The world that believes not chasing but in attracting. Have you ever tried it? Given
No.
into these concepts?
No. For me, I think when people have these certain maybe affirmations and stuff that they say to themselves, it's somewhere to give hope. But I don't want that to be like a thing where you're just going to sit there and wait for things to jump into your lap. You know, if you want a healthy lifestyle, you're going to have to do something about it. Like, if do
Right.
you want to go and lose weight? Do you want to go to the gym? Sure. If you want to have a healthier, like, you know, inner health, like your body health, you have to eat better. It's like saying, I want to be skinny at the end of the month and then going and eating a pizza every day. You know,
Right.
it's like that. And even if if it's about mental health, like, you know, you're saying things to calm you down, but you're not actively trying to help yourself out of a situation. There's only so much you can do in this whole manifestation concept, at least according to me.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want that. I don't want your entire life to revolve around it. Say it to yourself. Maybe it'll encourage you to actually do something, but you have to do something
It's just a
about it.
starter.
It's a starter. You can't base your entire life on it. You can't depend on it. for everything, right? Like, oh, it'll come to me. I'm just going to, I don't chase, I attract, that sort of thing. Maybe that can be in the concept of when you're like trying to be in a relationship where you're talking to someone, but I think anything else in life, you're gonna have to push yourself to do
You've
something.
never manifested anything in that
No.
case then. Hmm. What's happening with the academics, Sanvi? What do you want your next 5 years to look like? A lot of things happening on the filmy side, of course.
Yeah.
So you want to take yourself down
Yes.
that
Right now, I'm
road.
in a more like self grooming sort of thing, dressing up a little better, doing photo shoots and this and that. I'm just trying to get ready to be on screen, taking care of my skin, so growing out my hair, all that. Because even I want to, there are certain characters I want to play. So I want to get into that. Like, I want to look like them, I want to be like them. So I'm just in that stage right now. And obviously, I'm working as AD and all, just doing all that for now. But another 5 years, hopefully, I'll have a movie or two out.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So as a lead, not the typical heroine
Yeah.
subjects.
Yeah.
Like, so you would want to act, you would want to sing, you would want to enjoy life.
Mm-hmm.
Now, what's money now? For some, it's the core. But how do you look at money at your level and the background that you have?
It's still very important to me. I'm not, I am someone who is I'm not going to do anything for free if I'm being called. Like if someone calls me for a gig, or you're going to call me for a song, you want me to be there. You're trying to, I have to come and help you out. I'm not going to do it for free. I've never been the type to, I'm being very open about this. If I'm having a discussion with someone saying like, I would love to work with you one day, I'd love to do this, then yeah, you can negotiate. But if you want me and I have like a certain rate, suppose if I'm going for gigs, with experience over the years, people tend to raise your salary, this and that. This is how much I'm going to ask for.
Right.
The moment someone says like, Arey, no, please, can you like help us out like a little bit, just like put a little lower, I'm not like rude about it, but I will tell them like, I think according to me, my worth has gone up. If you want me to come and work for you, or like sing for you or something like that, you have to be able to afford said person. I am someone who wants to make my money, and I will do it. I don't like depending on my parents for too much. Like, even now, if I whatever money I have with me, whatever I want, I spend it on whatever clothes I want to buy, or my makeup or skincare or whatever
Mm-hmm.
it is when I go
That's
out
the
with
money you're
people.
making through singing.
Yes. So I think even though I know they still put a roof above my head. They're like paying for my food and all. Still, yeah. And they don't make me feel bad about it. But at the same time, I'm not the type to go and ask them all the time like, I want this, buy me this, or like, I want to go here, like, give me so much money, I want to do all this.
Mm-hmm.
I don't ask them.
Mm.
So, but I want to be able to do all those things. So I want to make it for myself.
Mm-hmm.
And end of the day, it's each person to their own. Like, even our family, right? A lot of things have happened because all these people have worked for themselves. Like, even my tata, when he started off, he earned all the money by himself. Appa did it by himself. My mom did it by herself. Every single person. I don't see anyone like being too dependent, and you can't be dependent. And even though I'm their kid, obviously they're still going to help me out. They're going to do it for the rest of my life.
Right.
But at the same time, I want to, like, at least for things that I want to do, I want to earn for myself. And I've never, I might come off as a very cocky person sometimes when people talk about work and stuff to me, when they talk about salary or remuneration, because I'm very fixed. I'm like, I'm not going to negotiate. This is how I
Oh.
am. And obviously, if it's to like help someone out, like if it's a close friend or someone, I'm always there. And I'm never rude to anybody that I'm working with. But I make it very clear. I was like, I'm sorry. It's my life also. I understand that, you have this going on. But if only this much you can do, then do it in this much. Because you're anyways going to be helped out, right? Like if it's a gig, for example, get another singer. Your music day will still be done. You'll still earn your money through it if people come to your place or give you tickets or something like that. So do what you can. Strive to do better.
Mm-hmm.
You'll always grow.
Mm.
But at this point, like, don't bite off more than you can chew. You know what I mean? That's how I think about it when
Mm-hmm.
I'm working with someone or I'm working for someone.
5 things that you would want to buy with your own money.
First is a nice apartment. I need like a nice small apartment. I do not like living in big spaces, big
Yeah?
houses. Yeah, yeah. Even my,
Why?
I don't know. I like that very like small, homely, cozy feeling. And like my apartment, the first apartment Appa had when he was staying in Hyderabad for Vikrant Rona, it was a very, very simple apartment, very well decorated. So, but it's not like all that where you're gonna come in and be like, oh my god, this is like so luxurious, so much space and all. It's not like that. It's a very cozy, very homely place, and I loved it. I loved it so much. I hated when I had to move out from that apartment, unfortunately, but I want like a very small, cozy apartment. That's the first thing I'm gonna buy.
Mm-hmm.
The second thing, interesting. I actually want to make a studio for myself.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, if I have to like go for recordings or anything, I want to be able to go to my own space. Because when I go to other people's also, at the same time, like, they have their own equipment and this and that. So, and I'll know what's best if I'm singing for
Mm-hmm.
myself.
Mm-hmm.
So, I want to have like a nice studio setup. Uh, The third thing, this is a very hard question actually. I thought it might be easier for me to answer. um, I think I would want to. My mom likes to, she's also like a very like naturey sort of person. So I'll get like a little place for her also.
Like plants and then
Like,
naturey.
like a little more earthy. She likes it like, it's
In
like not
nature, a
too,
plot in nature, you mean?
yeah, like a little isolated. I'll get her a little place. For my I would want to do a lot of things for the people around me. That's the problem. But I don't know exactly what I'm supposed to. I'll figure it out. But for now, at least, it's more to do with like a place to stay, like a good environment. At least music wise, that's something. It's something that calms me down. So that's there. And I've always liked to have my own space, like I said. So it's a nice, small, cozy apartment.
Would you like to stay alone?
Yeah.
Like youngsters today, after a certain age, I guess they would want to go and start living on their own, figure life out.
Yeah.
What's one thing that you've not understood about life, Sanvi? Like through all your reflections, through the journey you've
Mm.
seen so far, with all its highs and lows.
I guess I don't understand, when like these people who come and troll, suppose, you know they not I'm not saying specifically to troll me. I'm saying in general,
The
say
idea
for the
of
most sensitive issue, like if there is say a post about awareness of someone's maybe health, or maybe someone has a disability, you'll always find these people who troll them for being different, but in a way that they also can't help it. I'm
mm-hmm.
not saying for me or because I'm from this family. I'm saying people with actual, genuine problems that they can't help or they need help with. Talking about the way they look or how their inability to do certain things. I can never understand how someone can be so like inhumane towards these like kids or adults or anyone who has like needs help, and even animals. Like with this whole the street dog rule that had come out in
Mm.
Delhi also recently. There are so many videos that started popping up of these indies being tortured and all on the street. I will. That is one thing I don't understand. Anything else, no, I will find a solution. I'll wrap my head around it for whatever problems happening around me or around people who I can help. But these small things are what bother me.
Not
Like
not in your control.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
because like if you there are a lot of things not in my control. Like if you talk about in general like world problems like homelessness, poverty, or like hunger and all, there's only so much obviously one person can do. But if you talk about like small specific issues, I would think it's this one certain set of people.
Mm.
I will never be able to understand, because as many excuses as you can make after doing whatever you have to do, it might be valid to you, but I will never understand how you can harm someone with your words or with like an abusive language, like or physically or being physically abusive towards like all these people, the bullying
Mm.
aspect of it when it gets out of hand.
That's something that you've
It's I
not
will never be able to understand. I
wrapped your
can't
head
I can't
around.
sympathize with such people. I can't do it.
World.
Mm, unfortunately.
What's the tattoo? The two tattoos that you have, Sanvi?
So I have, this is my dog Judy, and I got this for her third birthday.
Nice.
And this part of her face is unfinished because this shape here, according to geometry, is supposed to be the most perfect shape
Mm-hmm.
created. So
Mm-hmm.
I put that on the unfinished part of her because all her imperfections are perfect to me.
Aw,
Yeah. This
deep.
is a guardian angel. I got this for my dad. And
Nice.
it's kind of giving big boss over here with the eye.
Nice.
Courage on top of my mum. And the dots below are my cousins. So
Aw,
put them all together.
very
This was my
nice.
first tattoo. It's kind of irrelevant, but I got it with two of my close friends. So, I was just like, it's a good memory. And I have a neck tattoo that says Piku.
Yeah, yeah, what's that?
That's my mom's nickname that her dad used to call her,
Piku.
and she's never allowed anyone to call her that ever again. So I got that on my neck, and I have a. Have you watched Powerpuff Girls?
Mm-hmm.
I have, Buttercup, the
Mm.
green one that's
Mm.
always grumpy. I have that on my ankle. So
Why?
me and my two cousin sisters, Shreya and Sneha, we all three of us are exactly like the Powerpuff Girls.
Ah,
Like my older sister Shreya, she's like Blossom. She's like, very diplomatic, very neutral. She's like the leader of the group. She's the oldest, so she's very mature. Snehaka, she has like, she'll either be like really calm or like really angry. There's like no in between. And she always has her dog Shaka with her. So it's kind of like the Bubbles character with her little pet. And mine is I'm always like grumpy. I'm ready to throw hands. I'm ready to do all this. And like for some reason, it just they reminded us of like us together as a group. So we decided one day to go and get matching tattoos. And all
amazing.
three of us have it on our ankle now.
Oh, yeah, the
Yeah.
small one, no?
Yeah.
So now, lastly, what happens to you in your head when you go and meet another superstar? Like, probably you've met Salman Khan
Yeah.
and a lot of them, right?
Mm.
So,
I still have that feeling inside me like, oh my God, I've seen this person on screen. I have it for like literally anybody. You don't have to be like the biggest superstar. So if I've seen you on screen, I finally meet you, I'm like, hey, like
oh,
I feel very happy. But I can't show it too much because I do get very excited sometimes. But
why is
obviously,
that you don't want to show? Like,
I would love to, but the problem is, I think I've been also raised in a way like this whole thing is so normal to me that initially I'll have that thing, but I can't like squeal over someone or like like jump up and down and be like, oh my God, I'm going to cry. I think the only person I'll do that for is Allu Arjun.
Allu Arjun now?
Yeah, I'm a massive fan.
Oh, ho.
Yeah,
You've met him?
no,
Have you told somebody that, make that happen ever?
not yet. He did a video call for my birthday. Appa surprised me and he wished me on my 20th birthday. And it was like so surreal to me. I was like, oh my God, he knows I exist. That's insane.
What did you talk?
I was not able to talk. My voice was not coming down. I was like, hi, sir. Hi, how are you doing? And I'm like, this is so unlike me. Like, I have to calm down. And this is not happening. But I've always said this, like, if I want to meet someone that I look up to, I want to have done achieved a lot of things in my life so that even they will recognize me when I come, not just as a favor because, oh yeah, I know your dad, or like, they don't know anything that I have done personally, because at this stage, at least in my life, I've not done anything very prominent where someone could recognize me outside. So after I do all of that, I don't mind meeting him because there'll be something for us to talk about, just like us, rather than like, just what's Appa doing, what's Appa's shooting like, all that. Just more about my projects.
So, what has dad's advice to you been like? Obviously, you're in his shadow now,
Yeah.
but someday or the other, I'm sure you'll have your own light. But there would be some references,
Mm.
probably comparisons, and all of that. So, you and Appa, do you all ever have conversations like these?
I don't think so. I think his first question is, are you having fun? Are you happy? Yeah, okay. That's all that matters. He'll give his criticism here and there if it's like a story narration or something like that. But
Ever to your life, your own decisions of life or
yeah,
act?
it's all up to me. He doesn't
Oh
say
yeah.
anything. Yeah, and I want to make my own mistakes, and I've said that also to him because there was some story I said and he had like a small correction with the ending. Like he said, it's too sad. Like make it something. I was like, no, but it works out for me in my head as a writer for
Mm-hmm.
her character.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe we show it in a different way, something with I'm just narrating a story right now. So all this, like, we have like our small little debates about certain topics like this, and there's only so much he can also do, because I'm also very stubborn when it comes to like my things.
You're also headstrong,
Yeah,
very opinionated.
very opinionated. And so sometimes if he was telling me like, no, Sanu, it's like so many bad things have happened already, just make her character very happy, like in the end let her have a happy ending. I was like, this is a happy ending according to her, this is like this is we
Mm.
just like talk about stuff like this, but he doesn't force me to like, no, you can't do all this, I don't want this to happen. Like, okay, are you sure you've thought about it, are you thorough about it now? Like, yeah. They'll be okay, fine, you do what you want.
Are you sure is the last line?
Yeah. So
Nice.
even if I mess up, I don't want to think like, oh, this person made me do it. Or like
Mm.
the blame will
You
go to
want
somebody
to
else. I
own
was
it
like,
up.
no, I'll do it by myself. It's okay. I'll also learn in the process.
Mm. So we spoke about everything pretty much. Lastly, about your spiritual side and your belief system.
Mm.
You know, right? Appa's one kada that he wears,
Yeah.
kala hasti, I guess.
I'm not very sure.
That's something that a lot of them follow because the
Mm.
star is
Mm.
wearing. Keeping that aside, what are your reflections in terms of the conditioning you've had, the concept of God, universe? What do you connect with?
If I'm being very honest, I'm not a very religious person. And it's not because of anything like, oh, I don't think it exists, or like I don't, or my parents have never told me any such thing. They've always taken me to like temples. If I don't want to go, so they don't force me. There are pujas at home, I actively participate.
Like?
It's not like any like small, maybe if it's like a Varma Lakshmi puja, suppose. It's not like I'm just there like, oh my god, if I don't believe in it, why am I here? I'll do it. It's not like I completely rule out the possibility of like an extra thing that exists outside in the universe. I don't rule it out, but I don't like to keep a name for it.
Hmm.
Like, chanting certain things or going to certain temples. For me, it's like, if I need to pray about something, if I need to, just speak like that to someone, I just refer it to whoever's there, up there. I believe that there is another like spirit that exists, but I don't like the thought of, going to one particular god or
Got it.
one particular temple, or you have to do certain things for a certain god. Like when there is like say when it goes to extremities, like if sacrifices have to be made, or like when you have homa pujas, for example, I don't like to sit in front of that smoke. I don't want to sit there the entire time throwing flowers in or doing all that. I've never disrespected my family for wanting to do it, so I do participate. I do not want to, make them feel like their beliefs are not valid to me. I will be there. But at the same time, I used to keep thinking like the whole concept of God is to like give people hope, right? You have someone to pray to. You
Mm-hmm.
will feel better about something if it works out. But at the same time, when I was much younger, I used to pray a lot. I used to go to a lot of temples with my
Like,
mom. Hanuman temples. I used to love going there. And I used to know all the shlokas, I used to chant everything. But somewhere when things started going wrong, I started questioning this whole thing. And I'm like, but why? I pray to you so much. Why is everything still going down south? And I used to start thinking then, like, where was he when I needed him? Why is he helping everybody else except me? And it was not a concept that I understood very well. I just knew that my mom used to tell me to pray. And obviously if I tell her I don't want to do it, she's like, yeah, okay. Like, it's up to you. But I'll be around for whatever is there with my family. But I think after that whole thing, I didn't want to stop believing. So at the same time I just ruled out the whole like label system of it. Like
mm.
religion wise also.
Mm-hmm.
Like I believe like even if you go to like a mosque or a church, you're still praying to someone, right? That there's always that one person for you, or multiple one, so many people for you, but you're still doing it. So how should it matter, like where you're going, what you're doing? I hate it when it's like specific. You
Mm-hmm.
have to do this, or you can't eat this when you're doing this, you can't wear this color when you're doing this. Like, how? If you think he's going to help you, if you think he or she is going to be, forgiving you for certain things that you've done. Why should it matter what you're wearing or what you're eating? That's not the whole concept, right? So I've always had these questions, and because there's no particular answer, I didn't want to leave myself in like a very disappointed stage. So I'm like, no, I just think to my head like, someone is there. If help is need, help will come. Till then, I'll do my thing. Yeah. So I don't base anything off of it. I'm not very religious, but I'm not an atheist either. I'm just somewhere in between.
Agnostic.
Yeah.
This maybe.
Yeah. Maybe, maybe not.
I guess, I mean, now that you're into podcasts, probably a lot of these energy driven based podcasts that you might want to hear, you can probably consume these things. And again, I feel all of this is very need based. Only when you're hungry for it is when you'll respect a food
Yeah.
put in front of you.
Yeah.
May life take you through those places. When it is time, I think you will stumble upon all of this because
Yeah.
I can connect to all of that you've said. Like when I lost my mom, or when I went through some rough patches, same thing, questioning as to what is this. But again, then there comes a different concept of karma. Like, when we are born, we are not born the same way. From the looks to where we are, which family we are born. All of this is still beyond a science understanding, and there is no proof that can be given. All a belief system. So when will you need a certain belief is when you are down. So when things are all right, you have your own mind protecting you, right? Like,
Yeah.
I think this is what I believe.
Yeah.
This is Chalti ka naam gaadi. So I will let you figure these things out through the journey of life. I mean, that's a great attitude to have wherein you say maybe is a good place to start with than, shunning it away, saying
Yeah.
no, yes or no.
Yeah.
So you've done pretty much everything, Saanvi, apart from the books that you read. Not much of a reader,
No.
you've told.
Not at all.
Have I left anything? No. So many sheets, yeah. They say rejection is not a dead end, it's redirection. So, how is the next 10 years looking like for you?
Hopefully not too many rejections. But let's not rule out the possibility. It doesn't put me down in the dumps, at least when rejection is a part of the process again. And I'm not saying it's never happened to me. Definitely has. So many songs have slipped through my hands where I see it released and I'm like, oh my God, that could have been me. But it doesn't make me...
Slipped as in playback?
Yeah, playback music. So it used to make me think like, wait, why? But then somehow something will work out. Like you're gonna do other things. It's not the end of the world. So it's it's part of the process.
Continue to stay humble and be open in your 20s while you grow, learn, earn, burn, whatever keeps your spirit up in there. So I guess until next time, I'm sure you're excited about the song from Jimmy, right?
Yeah, Jimmy came out in 23, I think.
Right.
Yeah, it's been a while. We'll see. Hopefully, a lot
The
more
latest
projects
one
will
is the workshop that you've done, that Annapurna that's done, preparing for your acting assignments. 5 lessons you've learned watching your dad's journey in cinema or in life.
One is obviously, it's a very obvious answer, but never give up. That's for sure. I think, Appa has been through so many terrible things. Like when he tells me small things, how he was treated, like early days of his acting career and all, it makes me feel so terrible. Like I don't know how he didn't lose his calm. And sometimes I used to think like
anything?
sometimes because he was not a big time actor by then, and how people used to not give him like a room to change, so how they would have spoken to him or treated him, or be payment wise.
Appa still carries all of this as a memento or just like a reminder?
I think he's just very grateful for all this to happen because he
Like
never gave up.
Like a starting point from that.
Yeah.
This is
Yeah, that's one thing. Another thing is I think creative freedom. I think don't be afraid to try new things, express to other people what you want to do, and even if it doesn't happen, you just like put it out there. You're in the entertainment industry, it's a space for you to be creative. So don't think like I'm not supposed to take a risk. Don't miss opportunities like that. So when it came to creative freedom, that's the one thing I learned from him, to try it out. If it doesn't work out, we'll do something differently. And another thing I learned was, again, to be yourself. He's very unapologetically self wherever he goes. And I love that. He's not being disrespectful for the other people. It's very evident, not everyone who's around him, who he is as a person. And, you know, I like that about him. He doesn't want to change it based on where he is. At home, he's similar. When he comes out for work, he's similar. When he's around meetings, he's similar. He just has his mood when to joke. He'll still joke with every single person, or he'll be serious with every single person. But you know how he is as a character, how maybe how kind he is, or what kind of attitude he has, or whatever it is, you learn about him, right? It doesn't change. That's another thing I learned from him, that I want to be myself
Have you
wherever
ever
I go.
asked him, like, what does he do for grounding? Dude, I've seen this. Like, he had come to Big FM once. He just, in Kormangla, the one way road,
Mm.
just parked. I think he had a Jaguar then.
Yes.
Just opened the door. He just stood up, and then some people have that aura.
Mm.
It's like a magnet.
Mm.
Everything just comes running.
Yeah.
So when a man sees this happening every day, I wonder what happens inside, like their head, right?
Yeah, sometimes I think he's used to it. Like, it's been a while now, maybe, but maybe when it started, he felt that
There's a ego massage initially, but what happens later is the question.
I think it was more about the pressure to keep doing better. Like, I don't want to lose this now, but I don't want people to get bored. Because he had so many wonderful films that didn't do well initially. Then when the Masti thing started, like with Kempegowda and all, he saw that and he started seeing the response that fans had, right? Like with the fight sequences and the like very massively choreographed scenes, his entry scene and all that stuff. He saw all of that and he saw that worked, right? So I think somewhere another thing that changed was like, I need to keep pleasing these people, right? Because they are the ones who are lifting me up.
Mm-hmm.
It's not a bad thing. I'm glad he respects his fans so much. He loves them a lot. And I see that, he keeps thinking, okay, will they like this? Will they want me to do this? I'll do
Mm-hmm.
it.
So it's always them, which is a lens, which is not him anymore.
No, no, he'll do what he needs to do. But he keeps in mind, like, I can't lose this. So that pressure is still there, but he'll work through it. But I think somewhere he's learned to mask the pressure really well. I don't think it's just not there anymore. It's there. Because when you get out, you see these people. He's comfortable in front of you with that attention, but it's not like the pressure is gone. I still see how he incorporates everything that they would want into a project that he also wants to do. And he does it. And he needs everyone to be happy with what they see. Yeah.
So have you asked Appa what is your end game sorts question?
Sometimes, but he always jokes about it. I don't know if he's being serious, but he's always spoken about like cafes and stuff because he likes to cook, no? Like, at the end of the day, if I sit around, I'll open one nice cafe, one nice bar and restaurant, and I'll be chilling. All that he says to me, I don't actually know. It might change.
Yeah, with people like Sudeep sir, you never know when he's joking, when
Yeah,
he's masking, when
yeah.
he's not ready to answer it, reflect it.
And maybe might never retire also.
So never give up, creative freedom, be yourself. Anything else?
I think that's about it.
Representing all the star kids, also that we are doing this in English,
Mm.
which is going to be a pan India
Mm.
thing. That's also another reason why we are talking in English. This is to all our dear watchers from Karnataka. Of course, Sudeep sir is relevant, and of course, Saanvi also wants to do a lot of work because a lot of your work stands in English as well,
Yeah.
right? So, yes. So now with this lens, if you had to list 3 struggles of being a star kid that nobody talks about, what would it be?
Um, like I said, people can think it's very easy. Like, the father's anyways going to do everything for them, or the mom's going to do everything for them. They only set up a stage. The problem is, okay, the stage is set up. Now, do you know the level of expectation that we have to reach? God forbid the first thing that you do is not something that lives up to the expectation that these people have set. There's already that thing like, oh, they can never be like their parent.
They write you off.
You're done. You're
So
gonna
what
have
do you
to
think?
struggle. And that is another reason why I delayed the whole movie thing so much, because I used to keep thinking like, am I making the right decision? Am I ready to take this up upon myself? Even though I know I have a lot of people supporting me, nobody's putting pressure for me to get into acting. It's just I want to do it. But am I ready? I need to be fully mentally ready when I start to push myself into it as much as I possibly can, because I don't want to deliver something mediocre either. somewhere in you, you will also think like, I'm very proud of what my parents have achieved, right? So I obviously want to do something that is not equal, but like I want to live up to that name where they look at me and think, okay, she has the potential. You don't have
Mm.
to see my first project and be like, oh, what a mind blowing actress. Nobody can act like her. She's better than. So I'm not expecting anything like that. As long as you think that she has potential, she's going to live up to it, or she's going to do something with that name that she has, I'm more than happy. But you're going to have to understand that you can't start off being perfect. These everyone who started, even Appa had so many flops before he became like a big superstar.
Yes, yes.
Even before being a superstar, there were hit films. He was known, but he was not known like throughout India. He had not done those projects. Then project like Ega comes along once in a while, and you think like how much someone would have struggled, to act like a character like that. That's when people saw like his full potential, not full, but a little more potential than what the other films were also delivering, right? So you think, oh, okay, this guy is a good actor. So you'll have your moments like that. You can't look at the first film or first song and
Right.
think like, oh, this is all they're capable of doing. That is something I really want people to understand about us, is that we don't think that just because we have everything on a platter, we're just going
Mm-hmm.
to get in there and do it. There are going to be struggles, and there are going to be people who will try to take you down because there's a lot of competition.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes we think it's easier when you're an outsider, because you still
Right.
can go for auditions.
There
You
is no
can.
yardstick.
There is nothing. Sometimes I'm not saying that it is. For them, obviously, they'll think it's difficult and it's better when we have a platform, right? But either way, the grass is greener on the other side. We also think we wish we could just go like audition as like a normal person, where equal chances are given to all the people who are there. And even if you struggle, then you'll know why. Sometimes you'll think, oh my god, am I not doing enough? Like, what if the fans would think this? And because there are already set people who are waiting for you, there you don't know who's going to watch you.
Absolutely.
So it's insane. It's like it's very I'm very anxiety driven when it comes to all of this stuff, but
Such a trade off, right? It's so equal if you look at it.
it is. But like, to each their own. Like, the way they think about it is so different, and for us, I really want people to know that. And we're not trying to say that we're taking it for granted. We're really not. I don't want that assumption to be there, like, just because stage is given, we will start whenever we want, we'll do what we want. We're comfortable, yes, but it doesn't mean we're not under pressure. So just be a little more easy on us, that's all.
Mm. Like Billie Jean said, pressure is a privilege.
Mm.
It means, one is expected to raise,
Yeah.
and while you all are responsibly doing it.
Yeah.
So that's one thing that you want to knock it off the list.
Yes.
Anything else with the list?
Another thing is, we are not them. They have made a name for themselves. Does not mean we're going to do the same.
Mm.
That is the second thing. And the third thing is, especially like being a girl, somewhere it worked out for me, because I think people wanted to see Appa's like legacy debut and stuff. They like that I dress like him. They like that I'm a little more tomboyish, or I like to do a lot of negative shades in a character. So in my photo shoots, sometimes like I keep that sort of lighting. In an old photo shoot that I did, so everyone was like, "Oh my gosh, you could totally be like a villain in KFI and this and that." And I was very happy about it, but at the same time, I don't like the standards that are kept in regards to that also, like how you're supposed to portray yourself
Mm.
outside, not
Mm-hmm.
just like you as a person, like how I was speaking about earlier, but like how you handle your social media. Okay, you want to put certain memes, you want to laugh about certain things, you put on a story. Now it's become a normal thing. I'm not saying you shouldn't put it at all. It's your profile, you do what you want. But when there are some people who will come and like say, oh, you can't be posting stuff like this, or you can't be writing a caption like this, or you can't pose like this, you can't do. There's some people who are there to like dictate what you do just because they have access to your account. I
Oh,
don't
that
like that.
happens on social media, like
Yeah,
DMs.
yeah. So many times they'll send something like, how can you post? Like, if I say something, I had a very like feminist post that was out like a few years ago, because I think it was pertaining to some issue that was going on at that point.
Me too.
So I'm not very sure. I
Okay.
can't recall. But there was some series of posts, and I wrote about it below. Not in a way that I'm saying I'm a big feminist. I'm not. I was just speaking up about the situation. And some people are saying this, oh, you're slamming men. Or I was like, I haven't typed men in there once. I don't know what you're talking about. They suddenly be like, oh, you can't be for this person, you have to be against this person. Or, oh, you haven't put up a post for this issue that's going on. Why are you doing that? Like, okay, you all are already aware, right? Like, all this is going on. Why do I need to participate? Or even if I participate, who are you to tell me who to participate for? That's
Hmm.
like, you can't do that. If you want to have a debate with your own people around you, go for it. You can't be slamming me for sharing my views, right? You have your own view. Why is there a right and wrong? It's perspective.
Yes. Okay, I've done so much of serious talk with you, Sanvi. Now we'll end it with a rapid fire, okay?
Oh my god.
A very simple rapid fire about your own life.
Okay.
Not to put you in trouble.
Okay.
No spot, nothing.
Okay.
One word people use too often when they talk about you.
Creative.
Instagram or a cup of chai with a close friend.
Cup of coffee with a close friend.
Hey, we didn't speak about your friends at this phase, no? Your best
No,
friends and then
haven't spoken.
who are they?
I have a few friends in Hyderabad and I have a few here. And they're very different from each other, obviously, because two different environments. How these guys have grown up in Hyderabad is not the same as the people I know here in Bangalore. I've had my fair share of falling out also. So I don't like to be in a big group. I like small, itty bitty groups here and there. In those groups, I'll have like one person in each who I know I'm really close to.
Acha.
Now, because I have a lot more clarity in my life about how I am as a person, it's been a lot more easier for me to talk to people and make friends who I can actually trust.
Mm-hmm.
And I've seen it back from them because they
At
know
your
I have a
level?
lot of clarity. They know I'll leave instantly. The moment I say any disrespect and anything, I know there is a trait in you that I know you're going to betray me at some point, or I can't trust you with something. I don't want to be your friend.
At your level, how do you trust people? Because
It's difficult. It's not like I've always known. I've trusted enough and my heart has been broken enough number of times. Because I've also had friends who have shown me why I should be a little more careful about who I trust.
look at them as
And
lessons. That's all.
yeah, that's all. And and the people I have around me right now, I think are one of the greatest friends I can ask for. And they've proven it time and time and again. And even though time has been shorter than the friends I had earlier, they would last for years, right? It's about the quality, not the time that I've spent with them. And they've been really good friends. Both the groups I have in Hyderabad and here as well. Hyderabad, they're a little more outgoing with me because there I can go out a lot more, no? So they get to show me a lot of things that I've not done. Like when I first moved there, I never been like, say, clubbing for instance. It was a very foreign concept to me.
Oh, yeah?
So I saw it with them for the first time and then sneaking out in the night and all that. I was like, damn, this is not possible. It's crazy. So they showed me all of that, which I love them for because they're like, you know what, we'll introduce. They never judged me like, oh, you don't know how to do this? Oh, you haven't done this before? They took me and showed me everything. They're very fun people. In Bangalore, everyone comes home. They all know that I can't step out, so they respect that about me. And but they're all very, very loving people. I'm very grateful for all of them.
Amazing. A song that describes your current mood.
Oh my god. I don't know if it describes like a mood,
Or
like
probably this.
literally, but there is one song in Devara called Ayudha Puja. I don't know if you heard it. It's like a nice, very dancey song. But for some reason, I'm just so obsessed with that song lately. And I listen to it every single day. At least
Oh.
if I'm brushing or like taking a shower or something, that song is always playing. And it's just like such a vibe that I don't know, for some reason, it's just a song that I really resonate with right now. I don't understand what the lyrics are. I can't really say it pertains to me, but it's a
Just
great
the vibe
vibe.
of the song
Yeah,
you're
it's the
liking.
vibe of my life right now.
Fame in one word.
Overrated?
Hmm. My favorite is borrowed. It's always borrowed.
Mm,
Never yours.
yeah,
Borrowed. Go.
damn.
Rejection. Yeah, handling rejections, heartbreak or motivation. What is tougher?
What is tougher in rejection?
Mm-hmm.
Motivation. It's tougher, but it's the better choice.
It lasts longer.
Mm.
Hmm. What's harder, carrying expectations or Proving people wrong.
Proving people wrong. It's harder for you. You're going to be disappointed. Not a lot of people are open to change. And it depends on person to person. Why do you want to put that pressure on yourself? It's a lot harder.
Now this or that again. Camera or behind the camera?
Ooh, right now behind the camera.
Love or ambition?
Love.
Filtered or unfiltered?
Unfiltered.
Hustle culture or slow living?
Slow living.
I know it's a tough one. Being known as Sudeep's daughter or Saanvi?
Being known as Sanvi Sudeep.
The third option.
The third option.
So I guess it's amazing to see who Saanvi is today. Of course, with the nurturing Appa and Amma have given you and all the questions that you've been asking towards life. Keep going, Saanvi. I mean, I really loved how deep you are, how simple you have tried to keep things and know your place, know where you come from, and also keep the paths that you are supposed to now walk. It's just 21 years of life that you've seen.
Yeah.
And a lot of life ahead of you. So wish you the best. Continue to stay curious.
Thank you so much.
And really meant a lot that you gave us this time to spend time to know who you are in your
Thank you
head.
so much for having me. I
who
had a
you are
lot of
in your
fun.
heart. You had good time.
Yeah, I did. I loved it. So refreshing.
I hope the questions helped you
Oh, no,
reflect
yeah.
well
I
about
was very
life.
comfortable. Thank you.
Amazing. So lastly, you will have to nominate 3 guests that we should get on the hot seat here.
First, you get my mum. I think she's a very interesting woman to speak to. I think you must. I'll push her.
Please.
She anyways wants to come. The problem is only timing. Get her.
Yes. Why do you think? Are you still crushing on Siddharth Malhotra?
Oh my god.
Ah.
No, I'm not. I respect a married man. No, I did like it was there, okay, but after he got married, I felt very bad because I had his highlights on my profile. I had put up 7 filled highlights, so that's 700 stories. They're all highlighted on my profile. And I thought if he ever sees my profile at some point in life, I don't know how he'll feel about seeing his face on there. So I took everything down. And
Does
that's
he
when
know
I
of
was.
this? Did Appa try? One of the family.
He also sent a birthday wish on my 17th birthday as a surprise. It was very sweet. It was a nice long video. But
Did you put the video out?
no. It's just for me. But he like I don't know, somewhere after that whole thing I felt very bad to like have his face still on there. And correctly at that point I was introduced to Alochan. So I was like, oh my god, this man is so talented. Dances so well, he sings so well also. No, sorry, he's not sing. Plays the piano. And he acts so well. And when I started watching all his movies from the beginning, from Gangotri, that came out so many years ago, until now Pushpa 2. And I watched everything, good or bad, whatever it was, at least 5 times.
What are you saying? Seriously?
I'm not joking. And I went for Pushpa 2 in the JP Nagar one mall is there, like in what's it called? Vega City. I went there to watch Pushpa 2 with a Bangalore audience wearing a Wildfire t-shirt with Allu Arjun on it. It's like smoking something and all. And I wore it and I went there.
Too much, yeah?
Yeah, I'm obsessed with him.
He plays piano.
Yeah. He wanted to be a piano teacher, it seems. I've seen so many of his interviews. I've seen him play a little keyboard also. Yeah.
What all people are comprised of. I mean, talent-wise. It's interesting. All right.
It's insane. Love him so much.
Did you figure
Get
out?
him?
Get him?
Yeah.
Sure.
Get him for your podcast. And Siddharth Malhotra also. I don't mind. I'll come. I'll stand here outside.
Come on, Janu. So yeah. Fine.
Yeah.
Let's believe.
Let's believe
That'll happen soon. So, Saanvi, I have 2 books for you.
Mm-hmm.
One is The Power of a Positive Attitude.
Okay.
Probably you can see through what their reflections are.
Okay.
And here is 100 diamond quotes. This is actually written by, this person is called AIR now.
Okay.
His name is Ravi. You know Kids Camp, right? The owner of Kids Camp. So it was a big sensation way back in 90s. Oh, you're not even born then.
No.
So it's like the mall culture today.
Okay.
Buying in kids camp was a big deal.
Mm.
So this guy who owned it now gave up on everything, and then now he's into a lot of spirituality and
Mm.
reflection, to the extent that his name is Ravi, but his identity is now Atman in Ravi.
Ah,
So he calls himself
okay.
Air, and that's the book that you chose. So a lot of reflections. Probably you'll find a lot of your answers.
Maybe.
Maybe. So yeah, two more names I guess you suggested. So let me just write something for you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So dear Sanvi, love the free will spirit that you have. Don't let the world ever dampen it.
Aw, thank you.
You.
Th- Thank you.
And this one, the power of positive attitude.
Mm-hmm. Thank
I
you.
hope you managed to finish that in 2025.
Yes.
I know she's not a big reader, but never say never, right? So this is a happy ball for you.
Thank you.
And there's a perfume for you which is customized by Make Your Own Perfume.
Mm.
That's a brand. And they have your name ingrained on it. Sanvi
What?
Sudeep.
That's insane.
There you go.
Oh my god, thank you. That's so cool. I love the bottle.
Here's a treat box from Polar Bear, the ice cream Sunday zone. I know you're off ice creams for now, but
For now.
that's for the
Thank
family.
you.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
I hope today's episode was a great insight into the life of a star kid, keeping the star kid angle aside, how Sanvi thinks, what is privilege, what are the mountains that they are trying to climb, definition of success, failure, and all of it. Today, what do I end the show with? Probably with a story from Atomic Habit. This is about how the British did turn the cycling around in their favor. This is a story which starts wherein, the British were once not so good when it comes to cycling until the coach Dave Brailsford introduced something called as marginal gains. So, what is marginal gains? So, the idea here is be it adjusting the seat of the cycle or probably getting a better pillow to sleep, these 1% improvement do stack up. And on a longer run, of course, with a decade, they dominated Olympics and even Tour de France. So these kind of stories always can help us reflect upon our own lives as to what are these marginal changes that we are trying to get in our life. For example, when it comes to my life currently, it could be me taking that one step every single day to go to the gym. Probably having that particular set complete come what may, or it can be me eating healthy every single day. So that's like the non-negotiable. So these 1% improvement every single day is something that we all have to remind ourselves, like compared to yesterday, today what's that 1% extra that I'm improving. Probably when it comes to this podcast, what's that 1% of improvement that I kind of brought into the show today. It could be in the questions that I've asked, it could be the kind of conversations that has happened on the show, a new angle that we brought in, could be a new camera, could be a new lighting, could be a new setting. So likewise, I guess today's story is going to help you all reflect upon how to add in that 1% marginal gain to your life consistently. So I guess until next time, this is your Rapid Rashmi signing out of another episode of Just Curious India. Do let us know in the comment section as to how did you like our today's episode, what was your aha moment, and whom would you like to see in this hot seat. Do send us your recommendation. Until next time, continue to stay curious. And how do you stay curious? Ask questions and ensure those questions are important ones. Avoid gossips, anything that's not adding value to you. I think it's time and energy wasted. I hope keeping this filter up will probably help you navigate through life with the lens of curiosity better. Take care.